Here we are. We're ready to go. Monday, May 22nd, 2017. Joined by Chick Chats, the Chick Chat podcast. You guys know them as Karie Karavis and Patty Rossborough. And then also Bob Dibuono's here. Bob Dibuono was supposed to be here last week, but he was late. He was late. I always like when a guy says he's late. I wonder how many times were you late when you had to do the nightly show?
Never.
Yeah, so he's like...
It was a legitimate show.
He goes, I'm on the train. There's a drawbridge up. And everybody hates when the drawbridge goes up.
Yeah,
Maybe plan ahead and avoid the drawbridge train.
And then I got stuck in the moat.
Yeah, you got stuck in a moat. And then, so the girls are putting their makeup on. I guess they forgot it was is that Manny? I guess the girls forgot it was on TV.
Told us it was 213 next to 7th Avenue. And
No, near, not next to, near 7th Avenue. So.
Listen, I had to get something to eat.
213s.
I'm fat and I'm.
No, there's not two 230.
Yeah, there is.
Can't even say it.
There is. There's a freight train
And
one.
we waited like 15 minutes for the damn thing to come down. Not to complain or anything. Do you care if I eat a banana? So
Can you
fucking
hear me?
So hot. What's my hair doing? I fucking walked from 11th Avenue. How do I look?
You said you're hot. You're like hot like a lady.
hot.
No, not hot like you want to bang me,
First of all,
but
like-
hot like I'm
first of all-
sweaty and disgusting.
The other night I posted, Friday night was hot.
Sorry.
Friday night was hot in New York.
Yeah.
So I was just hanging around doing spots or whatever. In between doing spots, I noticed the women are really whoring it up,
Yes.
They always did.
So yeah, but now especially because all the Kardashian whore and like everybody wants to be a whore where they just whore
I do
and they
too.
do
I
nothing.
just can't.
Yeah.
Well, if
they
you don't
just-
have
they
to
don't-
work.
They don't want to have a job. They just want to be paid to be a whore. Anyway,
I do too.
anyway-
What's wrong with that?
Anyway, so I tweeted that. Then it went to Facebook. It automatically goes to Facebook. Then my wife texts me, by the way, you're married. I'm like, by the way, nobody's gonna fuck me, okay?
Exactly.
I went after I did my spots. I went shopping. I was carrying yogurts and fruit snacks. So
Baby
is that a
wipes.
big pussy magnet.
Someone would fuck
Baby
you.
wipes.
Like a crack whore might be like, oh, you got fruit snacks? But I mean, my wife's like, you're married. I'm like, because I tweeted it? I go, no one's fucking me. I don't even fuck me anymore. Until I make more money, I'm not jerking myself off. That's a fact. So then people are going on Facebook. People are going on Facebook fighting about it. I just left it alone because one girl goes, we're all, and I was a comic. You guys don't even know her. She lives in the fucking Indianapolis. Anyway,
her
she's
name?
like, Mel Fine. She sounds like a fucking NBA ball player from the ABA,
From the 70s.
NBA merger. Mel Fine.
Point
Anyway,
guard.
so she goes, oh, she's basically fighting somebody else. I started the fight, but I'm not jumping in because I didn't say she was a whore. I'm not saying all women are whores. I'm saying these women in Manhattan
dressing
are
it up.
specifically whores because it's competitive out there. So they got to whore it up. I mean, it was ridiculous. So she's like, oh, you don't know what it's like to have a vagina. I'm like, I have a pretty good idea. I'm married. I have a pretty good idea what a fucking, I know what it's like to be on the other side of a vagina. Not pleasant. It's a bloody mess. Anyway, so.
Not mine anymore.
Yeah, you're blessed.
I am blessed
Thank you, Jesus.
too.
Yes.
No, but it's like women defending.
Nice
the
and
fact-
dry.
No, I'm not saying. Oh, that's nice.
That's a great visual.
Monday morning. A nice
Dry
old
and non-bloody.
That's why I
Okay.
still called tired, dry twats or whatever.
Tried up twats.
We're thinking about it. We're mulling it
Dry.
over.
How about dry twats? Like a dried apricot.
Yeah, I know. It's weird that your wife is still jealous. I find that.
Ridiculous.
Loves you.
No, because she thinks. And so yesterday she's like, we went to this fucking confirmation. What do you do when you go to Catholic school? You get
Confirmed.
So one of my daughter's classmates got confirmed. So we have to go to this party. I think it's going to be like a lot of people, like just like, hey, but it's like 3 couples and their kids. So now I got to fucking talk to people.
Horrible.
Yeah, that's.
So I'm like, I'm gonna have to talk to these people. So then at one point, my wife goes, do you want to sit with the men, like so everyone could hear?
But you're a
'Cause
girl.
I was sitting at the table with the kids, so I don't want to talk to anybody about my fucking podcast. What do you do? I have a podcast. That's like say you have a blog.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit if you have a. So I don't want to embarrass myself, and these guys are all probably like professionals. Not that I give a shit. So my wife goes, "You want to sit with the men? Like I'm a 10-year-old boy.
Well, maybe
Want
you
to sit
should
with the
be
men?"
with the
So
men.
I go point blank, no. I go, I'm good over here. I was watching my kids, no, because my son was being a dick, so I had to keep an eye on him. He didn't even want to go in at first.
Maybe that's why he got bit by the other kid.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
he
your
was
kid
being a
got
dick.
bit. Carrie
got
said.
bit,
Where?
yeah.
Where did they bite him?
on the back. Where did they? It wasn't
Was
a
it a-
gang bite. Or did they bite him?
Where did he? It was a he. Obviously a he. A girl's not going to bite
So
a guy.
listen,
This kid, like not to whatever. But anyway, this kid's got issues. It's like I don't know if he's like
Your kid?
No, yeah, my kid. That's how I talk about my kid. This kid's got issues. Holy
It wouldn't
shit, you guys
surprise
are
me.
fucking
It wouldn't
No,
surprise
I
me.
respect my kids.
Yeah.
Nobody else. That's it. Anyway, so this kid, he's a problem. It's like a public school, but they don't know what to do. He's not.
Apparently he's bit other kids, you said.
Yeah, no, he used to. I saw him one time. We were waiting for the bus one time, and it was snowing out. He kept tackling my son, and then he was like biting. But
How old is
He
he?
had a park on, so he couldn't really do anything.
Meanwhile, the
other day it
kid's
was hot.
17 years old.
The other day it was hot, and he was just wearing a little T-shirt, and I guess the kid bit him, and I guess he's used to getting bit by the kid. He didn't even snitch him out.
That's a big thing,
You
biting.
rat him out. He's not a rat. His son is
And when
not
I
a
got
rat.
home,
That's-
he goes, Dad, look what Grant did to me, and he's got a big fucking bite, like a dog bite on his back,
With blood, like it broke the skin.
like definitely like upper teeth, bottom teeth. So there's a pharmacy in my. It was too late to go to the doctor. There's a pharmacy in my building, so I said to the pharmacist, an Asian pharmacist, that's practically a doctor. You know what I mean?
Pretty
Sure.
much, yeah.
So anyway, so I said to her, I go, is this like a thing? This is not a big deal, right? She goes, no, that's actually worse than a dog bite because kids' mouths are so dirty.
You need a tetanus shot.
So then the next day I go to I take him to the doctor, and then and she's like, yeah, well, she gave him like antibiotics or whatever. But I'm like, this motherfucker, the kid bit him, and the thing was, the kid.
Did you talk to his dad?
No, his dad's like 80. I mean, you guys think I'm old? The kid.
Could have
His dad might bite you.
the father.
His dad might bite you too.
No, but I think the kid is like the kid has issues. Like I don't know if he's like he's not a normal
he'll have
kid.
issues until you bite him back. That's how it
I
works.
told my son to punch him right in the fucking
Listen,
nose.
Carrie,
my kid was getting wedgies by a 5th grader, this big fat kid on the bus. And I got on the bus because I couldn't take it anymore. My kid's a skinny little kid. And I get on the bus and I get on the bus and the bus driver goes, you got to get off the bus. I go, hold on a minute, Mario. Give me a second. So
Mario.
She knows his name.
Where's
He
Justin?
also has an Italian restaurant.
Right. I go, where's Justin? And they all point to him because he was the kid that everybody hated on the bus. And the big fat kid always is the strongest kid, right? So I go, Justin, let me tell you something. I'm coming to your house. I'm going to give you, your father, and your mother a wedgie. You touch my kid again, I'm going to your house and I'm wedging everybody. And the bus driver's going, I'm going to call the police. You got to get off the bus. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm going to tell this kid because no one's obviously telling this kid. And I would have went to his house and given him a wedgie. But the next day, he apologized to my kids.
The only thing a bully understands is a bigger bully. You got to
that's
beat the shit
not
out of the
true.
bully.
Wait, I got off the bus and I was
Okay.
looking at him from the window because he was like this. And I go, I'm watching you.
Well, that scared him.
Sick bitch.
I did it
That
to
never
Jess.
I was
anybody, by the
fatter.
way.
I was fatter and bigger than him, and I would have given his father a wedgie
Well,
for
according to
having
what
him.
you just said about the bullying thing, Patty.
Yes.
Go ahead, say that again.
Why do I have to say it again? You
Because I
didn't hear me
didn't,
the
I didn't
first
like
time.
it the first time.
No, I'm saying that because my kid, when she was 4, had Jasper, this little fucking British kid with a big forehead. He looked like Frankenstein. He was like taller than everybody else with this giant forehead. And he would punch my kid all the time. And I would try and be nice. I'd be like, look, Jasper. And he'd like, oh, dear Molly did this, Molly. My daughter, Molly. So anyway, I'm like, don't touch my daughter again. Please, come on. Then he's like hitting my kid in front of the mother. The fat ass British mother's just sitting there, not doing anything. She doesn't get up. She doesn't do anything.
Because
So-
everybody thinks their kid is good. Like everybody thinks their dog is like fine.
So
your
she-
dog's a fucking asshole.
She goes to
Right.
me. I go, your kid's being a jerk. She goes, boys will be boys. I go, really? I go, come on, Molly, let's go. The kid, Jasper, this kid with his fucking forehead, comes running up, throws this goddamn big metal, like, watering can at my kid. My kid goes flying against the house. I picked up that kid by his throat. Like, I'm holding him like this up to my face. His little feet are dangling. I go, you touch my daughter again, I will fucking punch you until your eyes bleed. And then I threw him on the ground. And the mother, all of a sudden, then she gets
Now
up and she's like,
in, she's
oh,
Jasper.
Jasper.
And
It's like, fuck you, fuck your kid. And she did apologize to me later
Good.
also.
Nice.
Yes.
Good.
But anyway.
So the thing is, this kid is. I'm not even kidding. The father, it doesn't look like the grandfather. It looks like the great grandfather. Like he's so
terrible.
old. The mother's Asian, and she's like this crazy Asian lady that was sneaking into our pool. Like they're all fucked up. But the kid's got issues. So and I know that the reason people think autism numbers are up is because dads are having kids later on in life. So
Right, it's like old sperm.
yeah. So
that
this
right?
guy,
I don't know if that's right.
No,
Old
that's what they're kind of
old
the
sperm.
conclusion they're reaching because autism rates are up, so they think it's because of that.
Right, because
That's
they
the
don't
only
want
thing
to
that's
take the
really
blame.
changing.
The pharmaceutical companies don't want to take the blame for
No,
all
but that's the only thing that's really
1,500 shots
changing
that they get.
statistically is men are having kids. But this
So
guy,
are women.
oh, this guy's fucking old. Like when you see him, you're like, so even my son's like, Dad, Grant's dad works at a candy store. I go, why do you say that? He goes, because he doesn't have any teeth. You know, so they think he lost all his teeth from eating candy. So
That makes sense.
So I can literally beat the fuck out of this guy, and I might threaten him, you know. But
Yes. You
but I also
should.
think the kid, like they know the kid has issues. Like I don't know if he's like semi something or whatever, but he's just like a young. Well, plus he's half Asian, so you don't know. He's got like a weird look to him. Like he's got like a fucking.
But I think
he's
even-
got like a Three Stooges haircut, and then he's like half Asian. So you're like, is he the R word or is he just like half Asian? You know what I mean?
Well, it doesn't matter
No.
what he is. You still they got to stop him.
No,
Like,
but
they
even
gotta
if your
stop
kid has
him.
issues.
I think that even if you threaten a kid with issues, they get it.
Yeah.
They do get it.
Yeah,
They're
kid-
afraid.
So I'm gonna threaten the mom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna threaten the dad.
That's
I'm
good.
just gonna beat the fuck out of dad without. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna go up and throw him up against the fence. And
Right.
he won't even know who I am.
And then steal his
It's gonna be
candy.
so sweet because he's just so old and it's gonna fucking.
What would you do as a parent, though? And I was a kid. Could talk about bullies. I go on the bus. I'm 13 years old. This kid, what was his name? Pete Burns was like the neighborhood drug addict. Back of the bus guy. You remember on your bus, like all the druggies in the back, and then the middle, like they were like the.
This is a
normal-
high school?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Junior high, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the nerds in the front. So I used to sit like in the middle. You can't sit in the back because
You weren't sure
Oh, yeah.
what you were.
I didn't know. No, I was gay. So the guy comes up, this kid, for no reason, starts beating the shit out of me. Black eye, go home the next day.
Oh my!
My
You
dad,
didn't fight back?
I was.
He wasn't sure what he was.
I said I was gay. So then I go
Sat in
home.
the middle seat and took a beating.
I took a beating. This
What
kid
the
was much
hell?
bigger than me.
Still,
was
stop
afraid.
him!
He was
Stop
defending
him!
myself. I
He
just
was afraid he was a
turtled up.
kid.
Pushy.
So my dumb dad, instead of being like, "Oh," when I went home, you think he'd be like, "You would be." If your kid walks in with a beat up face, you'd be like, "Oh my god!" I'm so. My dad was like, "Oh, what did you do to piss that kid off? You must have done something. What did you do?
I was
You made a lot of
standing there.
enemies."
Say it as boss. Say it as boss. You're almost as
Yeah, do it.
boss.
Dad,
That
but he
is his
sounds a little
dad.
bit like-
It's just like
he's
that.
met my
I
dad.
met him.
Really?
That's exactly him.
Someone threw a freaking rock through our window, and my dad would. It was always my fault. Someone threw a rock through the window. So what does that mean? Well, somebody doesn't like you. You made an enemy.
Why do you do
better
this
make
character
peace.
in your act? This is the funniest
He
thing you've ever.
does. He
I
does
do
his
do my dad.
Do you tell that story?
You don't see me at the open mics.
Do you tell that story?
Yeah, I do.
So how many kids were in
Well,
your
my
family?
point is my.
So
Why was
wait,
your
were
dad
you
always
getting
playing with
beat
you? Were
up
you the only
all the time?
child?
Because he was always getting beat up.
So I get my ass kicked. My dad, what do? Your kid comes home, he's all beat up. My dad blames me. It's my fault that I got beat up. Then goes, you got to go on the bus the next day. I go, I don't want to. I want to quit school. We need to go on the bus. I don't even want to go to school ever again. He goes, no, you got to go to school the next day. You got to show this kid that you're not afraid of him. Okay? You're gonna go in there tomorrow with a black eye, sit on that bus just like normal, and you're gonna show this kid.
Take another beating.
He's gonna respect you. Next day, I get on the bus. I show it. We get to a stop. It's like 3 stops in. The kid gets on with his other druggy friends. I'm kind of looking down. My one eye's open. The other one's completely shut. And I kind of like look over with my good eye at him, and he looks at me, and I'm thinking, oh, I really showed him, like I'm not afraid. Yeah, you beat me, but I'm not. I'll still come back. And what happens 5 minutes later? Beats the fuck out of me again. Shuts
Where's
the
the
other
bus
eye.
driver? Where's the bus driver?
He doesn't give
They
a
don't
shit.
care.
Back
Bus drivers don't
Back
stop
then,
it.
they didn't give
They
a
didn't
shit.
care.
He was
They
an
were
old
drunk.
black guy, and he would just turn around. His only way of stopping everyone, he'd just go, "Stop, everybody, keep it down, keep it down."
William Stevenson was your bus driver?
Keep down the beating.
But
Keep
you
it
didn't
down.
fight back the second time?
No, beat up
You're
again.
an idiot.
What about
He was much bigger than me.
So what?
What?
So,
They're
I did
pussies,
this.
the big ones.
I
You got to
did
go
the
shit
into
out
them.
of everybody.
I threw a-
You
I
gotta
think I
fight
kicked
back.
him.
I
No
beat the
matter
shit
how
out of
big they are, you
everybody.
gotta fight back. Because
I
if you don't
tried.
fight back, they think you're just
Yeah, I
an
beat
idiot
the
for
shit
it.
out
He was hitting me so fast and so hard. I didn't know what was coming at
Do
me.
you have any brothers?
Huh?
No
I
brothers.
said, do you have any brothers? How is that a complicated question?
Brother who's got Asperger's.
What?
I have a brother who has Asperger's.
He's probably a comic, right?
no.
That's the new thing. I got Asperger's.
says that.
You need a hook.
You know, one time
Who needs a hook? I got Asperger's.
I
What's
think I
that?
actually
How's
have a
that
little.
manifest itself? Sometimes I smell. Okay. you
not
want a
As-
fucking Netflix special because you got Asperger's? Did you say an Asperger's comic?
If he's in.
I got to tell you, one time a kid, back in the day when I went to school, guys used to bump into you and grab your tit. That was like the big, like.
No, we still do
grab your
that.
tit.
We still do that.
So
I
one,
think that would be an honor.
so I'm on the bus and this kid, Gary Growl, bumps into me and grabs my tit. And I beat the living shit out of him in front of the entire
How does
bus.
he grab it? Like grabbed it? Like
He
a tip?
punched and went like that. You know what it
Punched
hurts.
your tit?
He punched your one tit and went for the other
he
tit?
pushed me like he fell and he grabbed
And
my
he
lost
grabs
his
onto
balance.
it.
I mean, and like,
That
you
could
know.
happen anyways. If his buddy pushes him, he
But
loses
I had
his
no
balance.
tits back then. But anyway, regardless, I
should
beat
have been
the
thank
shit
you.
out of Gary Growl in 7th grade, and the whole school fucked with him after that. They were like, Karavis beat you up. Karavis kicked the shit out of you. And then I had that reputation, don't, you know.
Don't grab her tits.
I love
and
that.
another, and another
Still
kid,
have it.
Yeah, I'm afraid of you.
No one's grabbed
Peter
your tits since
Hogarty, Peter Hogarty, another kid, did that to me, and I kneed him in the nuts, and he went down, and I got suspended for that. I'm like, he grabbed my boob.
And as a side note, there are guys do that to guys too. It's like a power thing where a guy comes up. You ever that guy in school comes up to you and he grabs your cock, he taps
Jay
your
Moore always did that. Jay Moore always used to.
did
There's
not.
guys
He
out
always
there.
says tap your
They
dick.
tap your dick
Why?
and
All the time.
They think it's funny, and then they
And
start
you go like
laughing.
that.
You just tap your dick, like
Right.
Just tap
Or
it.
you have the
like it put just a little pressure on
What
your
is
balls
that?
and
See,
dick.
he's pretending to be funny, but I think he
they
wants to
don't-
touch your
that's
dick.
This goes
yeah,
on in
'cause I
high
never-
schools, and no one stops. And then there's always a guy who grabs your ass, and they laugh, or they go to tap your penis, and it's
never
fucking
heard
Grabs
of
your
this.
ass.
guys do that. They have
never
guys in high
seen
school who
that.
grab your ass.
Okay,
and
I don't know about your
did think you
child
were
doing
gay.
this.
walk by, they-
Who's
they
molesting
tap
you?
your penis.
That's like a
ridiculous.
football team. That's football team stuff.
No, this is regular. This is in the middle of
At
lunch.
school, a guy taps your
I'm
ass.
eating lunch. Some guy's tapping my balls. He walks by, and then
Did you
Where
know
are you
it?
born?
laugh,
What are you
and
eating
can't
on the
do anything
handstand?
because they're bigger than you, and you're like afraid, so you do nothing.
You're
Oh,
afraid.
you're
You're still
Italian.
afraid.
Years my
Dibuono.
balls were tapped.
Dibuono, you got
I
muscles?
was
Yeah.
not. I was small then. I wasn't tough. I couldn't protect myself.
Yeah, Dibuono, you should
The
have
guy's
had
just
a better.
beating you up and grabbing your dick and smash. It's like, I can't do nothing, Dad.
What
I can't do
What did you
must have
do
done something.
to make that
You
kid
must have
grab
done
your balls? What did you do?
If you're wearing
Why do you
those
tap your
tight,
penis?
you're wearing those tight pants, Bobby.
so sad.
Your balls are showing.
You're asking for it.
That's sad.
True.
Seriously, with the tight pants, all guys are almost asking for it now, right? Like, I
Yeah,
almost
they
want-
are. I want to grab them.
I had 3 pairs of jeans when I was in high school for the whole 4 years. 3 jeans.
Wow.
And my dad
Parents
would
hated
take.
your
I was.
fucking
I had,
guts.
Did you
my
wash
dad
them?
was cheap, frugal, like OCD with money. He would take us out, and he would
OCD with
to
money.
save money. This is true. He would buy me the what do you call them? What do they call the jeans that spread out at the bottom? What are they called again?
Bell bottom.
Bell bottoms.
He would buy me bell bottoms because they were like $8 cheaper than regular Levi's. Or
That's what you got.
and they weren't in style anymore. They're out. I'm like, Dad, they were in style 20 years ago. It's 88. What are we doing? I'm the only guy with bell
That's why you
bottoms.
got your ass kicked.
Yeah,
Your
exactly.
balls grabbed.
Dad's dressing like a and then he's like, why you keep getting your ass beat and everyone's hitting on you?
Get banged in the
I
ass.
had 3 pairs of jeans, 1 straight leg and 2 bell bottoms.
That is
My mom
so
would buy-
sad.
And then the day I had to wear, you couldn't wear the same jeans every day. So I would wear the bell bottoms. And I remember every day I would wear those pants. The day I didn't wear the straight legs, I would be so insecure and depressed. I wouldn't even talk to people. I just walk down the hall.
Pissed.
And of course, the bell bottoms make all that sound because the fucking pants are flapping against your
They
shoe.
corduroy. What? You couldn't ask your mother to just take them in on the sides?
No, everything was
Take 'em in.
fucked up.
Take
My
in the
parents were
bell bottoms
divorced.
so they-
Go
She a
mother was
fucking dry
drinking the
cleaner?
whole
How's she
time.
going to take them in?
You,
That's a
you
big
cut 'em
job.
and you go in the
always had an
sides.
aunt
You
that
can
could
do
do
that.
anything.
Yeah. I even
No,
could
my
do
mom
that.
used to always buy the stuff at Sears, like the fucking tough skin jeans and the fucking
Wranglers.
Ted Williams sneakers and
Yeah, I had the John Havlicek short shot sneakers.
everybody had all the cool
John
kids had
Havlicek. I was
Converse.
3rd string. John Havlicek. He buys me
third
John
year.
Well, you know,
Still
when you
third
have that
string.
many kids, you have to cut corners.
Fuck
I mean,
that.
my
Anyway.
friend.
You can't-
listen to this. My friend's parents. she had
to
6 brothers and sisters, whatever. They would feed them hamburgers, and then they would take them to dinner, and they'd have to wait in the car while the parents went for a fancy dinner.
Yeah, that is child abuse. That's horrible.
Well, they fed them bure they got, and
yeah,
they
but
left
why do
them.
they get
sit
the
in the
special
car?
dinner?
They sat in the car.
They'd sit in the car as a couple.
No,
the
six
kids.
No, I'm saying the parents.
No,
would eat
they
by
would go in the
themselves.
restaurant, in the fancy restaurant.
And
And
they'd
they
leave
would
the
eat,
kids
and
in
they'd
the
leave the
car.
kids in
How
the
I'm
long?
saying, but they would have a nice meal, just
Right.
the two of them.
And they would eat
Sounds
hamburger.
like a beautiful night. Could you imagine the parents going like, "We're having such a good time"? I mean, you got to be sick to just leave your kids like that.
That's terrible. But back then, you did leave your kids in the car. My mother got
did.
grocery shopping. She'd always leave us in a hot car.
Or the trunk.
I was always in the car.
It was hot. They put you in the truck.
Wait in the car. I can't even.
My
leave
dad,
door
whenever we went out to eat, because we had 10 kids, so we never went out to eat. But if we were like moving or something, and we had to, or if we were on vacation,
Moving.
No, if we were like moving and we had to stay at hotels, if we were dislocated for whatever reason, a flood. Okay. Anyway,
On the run? Is your family on the run?
sometimes we weren't. Sometimes we were on the move.
They owed money.
Grifters.
That's a circus.
No, but we never ate out. But whenever we did, my dad would always be like, he would tell us what we get on the menu. You know, he'd go like, just burgers.
That's
So
terrible.
then
No
the waiter would
fries.
come over and I go, do you recommend the prime rib? My dad would be like, God damn it, I'll kill you. Like he would actually flip out
in front of the waiter.
in front of the waiter.
Oh,
It's
embarrassing.
a fucking nightmare. That one time we went to this place when we were on vacation and said families eat for. It was like a family eats for one price. It's like like $10.95 the whole family. So we had 12 people. My dad
Last
goes.
supper.
My dad goes. Look, I'll give you $20. The guy goes, a deal's a deal. $10.95. The guy wouldn't take more money. So, but we walk in, they would stare at us because we were fucking like we
You
grew
guys
up.
are nomads.
Like animals.
Well, now they have-
Because where we grew up, we didn't think we were freaks. But when we would go on vacation, we all looked alike, and we go into, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
like
So
an
that's why
Amish family.
We never went out to eat. We
Where'd you
never went
guys
out
go
to
on
eat because it was
vacation?
too
A
expensive.
circus show.
Yeah, it was
Well,
disgusting.
now they have kids eat for free, right, to get you in there. But nobody has more than 2 kids.
Yeah, but you have your kid go up and get you send your kid up to get food for you. That's what you do. Go, I'm not eating. Then you send him
No,
up.
that's
to
not.
get
It's
shit
not a
and bring it back
buffet.
for you.
It's not a buffet. It's a kids.
No, I
would
just
eat-
did that at a buffet. Like
What'd you do?
I had my daughter get the kids buffet, and I didn't order from the buffet, so I had her get some fruit.
Yeah.
Or I was up on the buffet thing with my daughter, and the waitress like, oh, you're gonna do the thing? And I'm like, this is for her, you cunt. Okay, don't fucking.
Why you have grapes in your
you,
mouth?
you think I don't know what you think I'm doing?
What you were,
But you were doing it.
Why would
You
you
were.
eat a
You were
buffet?
doing.
It's so disgusting.
I never-
It's like
buffets.
dog
No,
No, I don't. That's what. But I.
You'll feed your kids
Yeah, no
that?
fruit and whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna. They're not gonna eat a regular.
They don't
thing
use
anyway.
gloves to cut the fruit and all that.
No.
They use their dirty hands.
Also, it sits there for like 8 hours. in
yeah,
the
people
buffet.
sneeze over it.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
people are animals. Anyway, but your system
wash the
kills
lettuce.
germs. Thank God, or else we'd all be dead. Listen, speaking of germs, I got to talk about this Manny fucking.
Oh God,
What
Manny
happened with
Arias.
Manny?
Thank God he's not here today.
I fell asleep on the trip back.
Oh, you
We-
did that
we did
gig.
the
You
gig.
said you bombed. Now
You didn't bomb.
No, I just did it. No, I
fucking
just
killed.
You know what I did? I had I didn't kill. You killed.
No.
Anyway, we did.
I had a rumble. The next door movie theater was playing Aliens. The
we
loud
did it.
rumble
Listen
was
to
like
this, Bob. We already lost Bob's attention because it's not about him. He's already like.
He's looking
he's got
around.
ADD.
The Asperger's
He's
kicking
already
my
in.
dad
like,
beating me up.
what's my next audition? What is it, June yet?
When am I going to do my Trump
We're
impression?
Do your Trump impression.
I kept plugging this gig at the Harbor Square Theater. I think it's like some small like fucking theater in town.
It's
you
just like
know?
1,000, right?
In
Isn't it?
Stone Harbor. It's like a nice theater where they put on like local shows or whatever. We get there, it's at the fucking movie theater.
It's a movie
Oh,
theater.
it's a movie theater.
Like,
But it's a high-end movie theater. Like
but like-
I got delicious food.
Theater 2 was Aliens. Theater 1 comedy. It was just you know how like when you go up to see when you're like, oh, we're door number 2.
Yeah.
That was the big fucking thing.
we
It
walked
wasn't even
in-
it wasn't even on the marquee on the outside, was it?
No, but we walked in. I see all these people. I'm like, damn, we got a sold out show. I didn't know Aliens. We were going up against Aliens. You can't go up against Aliens on opening night.
How many people did you get? Did you get like 100?
So anyway, yeah, like 100, or more like 30.
Spread out.
You drove.
Spread out in the
You
500
drove
For like
2.5
8
hours.
She left at like 3 in the morning. She left.
I know
didn't.
at like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
or
'cause
something.
I-
Stopped and got furniture. I bought furniture.
She went to Facebook Live. She's going, I'm going to pick up Kevin Brennan. So I'm like, I better get in the shower. She didn't even tell me. Luckily, I was on Facebook at the time. So I'm like, I better get going. So then she probably left at 2. She got back at what time? 3:30 or 4 to your house?
4 in the morning. Almost 4 in the morning.
So anyway, we get down there, and it's fucking far. I mean, it wouldn't be far if they were, but they had to go through Manhattan. She had to pick up some armoire or whatever.
I stopped at a furniture store and I got a really cool arm off.
Wait a minute, so you're all sitting in the car with a piece of
The
furniture in the
armor,
back?
Yeah,
You
so,
sit next to the
Fell over
armoire?
too because Manny can't drive.
so then I'm thinking like, well, at least the gig's gonna be like a nice little fucking gig, and then we're at a movie theater and there's like nobody there, and but it's a dead. It's like it's a beach town. It's not a
Right.
beach town. It's
What
not that
town is
time of
this?
year.
Where's that?
Stone Harbor.
It's
Before
near
everybody gets
It's near
there.
Atlantic City. It's near
It's right
Atlantic
Oh my
City.
God.
Stone Harbor. It's like exit 10.
It's near
exit.
Cape
Beautiful.
May and
Oh my
all
God,
those
it's
places.
so
I know Cape.
beautiful.
It's really a
the
cute
whole
town.
town is beautiful.
Now, did you have your people? Was
Yeah,
it
my people.
Yeah, no.
Oh, some people came out to see
Were there
you.
some people?
Yes.
And then one guy, Scott something, I forget his last name. Anyway, he goes, he's sitting in the audience. A lot of my fans are loners. You know, they're like
Really?
Creepy.
Shock.
Oh, creepy.
a lot of time they go to by themselves, which is not good for fucking ticket sales.
They
have
need a
no
girlfriend.
friends.
It'd be better if you have your fans are all like people, and they
Yeah.
bring 20 people with them. But my fans usually show up by themselves, looking like, "Where's Kevin?" 'Cause they want some advice
Bell-bottoms.
from me on how to not live their life. Anyway, so this guy, I just see him in the audience. I go, who's the off-duty pilot or whatever? I mentioned he's like a off-duty pilot.
That's right.
So anyway, after the show, he comes up, he goes, "I'm really a pilot." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you fucking say?" I'm like, who are these people? You go, like, you guess what they do for a living, and the guy's like, so then the guy sent me a Facebook message. He goes, "How'd you know I was a pilot?" I go, "I didn't. I'm a psychic." I said, "What did you say when I said, are you a pilot?" He goes, no, something stupid. I go, "Next time, just say I am a pilot."
Got it.
It would get a
Oh,
huge
right.
laugh. It would get a huge laugh, and I
Exactly.
could make more jokes about it.
You have to train your people.
If you ever say to somebody like, "Are you an accountant?" and they go, "Yeah, I am an accountant," the crowd always gets a big laugh. So I'm like, but these people, I don't want to say they're idiots, but they're idiots.
They're idiots.
Sure
and
they
then
are.
we had 3 little kids in the front. They were like 16 years old. I'm like, aren't you supposed to be in the next theater, next door?
That's horrible to have kids.
And they're all like, they're just idiots.
They went to the
then-
bathroom like
so
15
Then
times.
Manny, who's like a new comic, he just.
Funny. Manny's funny.
But anyway, then he smokes pot. Like, I don't know. I think pot is different now because when I was growing up, people smoked pot. They would shut up.
Right. This guy
Manny
wouldn't
smokes
shut the
pot.
fuck up.
He gets all chatty. Like we stopped at a gas station on the way down. He does it like a one hitter or whatever they call it. Then he's all chatty. He's telling these like non sequitur
Rubin stories.
He's telling non sequitur stories. And on the same way on the way back, Karie, I guess she knows he's gonna go to sleep, so she sits in the back. I gotta sit up front with him. He's driving, and he's going on. He's going chatty as a motherfucker. Then at one point he says, "Right, Karie? Karie's out. She's asleep."
You're stuck.
And he's like on and on. Rock Rubin. Then I met Jay Leno. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You think I give a fuck? He goes, oh, I did that thing. He did that joke. He goes, oh, that joke I did where he said to his teacher, she said to me, Manny, come on. And Manny goes, don't come on me. Whatever. He goes, you think I should keep that in my act? I'm
I open with
I
it.
don't give a fuck. You think it's a one-liner? You think I should? He's looking for all this advice, and then you don't even know this. At some point, we hit like traffic on the turnpike. You were asleep, and I'm like, if I have to sit here and listen to this motherfucker
Get out of the car,
talk
run.
more, I'm like, I'm hoping for like a Walmart truck to fucking kill me.
Got out of the car in traffic, got into someone else's car. Go.
I just like I got it. This guy, he's a fucking rookie.
Yeah, I
no,
got-
it's like
Oh, yeah.
I'm like literally a grizzled veteran. I'm dealing with this
excited.
rookie cop, and
He
he's
is
like,
excited. He wants to
"Oh,
know
it's-
what you
but
think.
then he's 45. I asked him how old he's 44. I'm like, you're 44. You're a pothead.
Does he have a day job?
You know, so then I looked
Oh,
it
he's
up. I
on
go,
disability.
I said to him,
No, he's a
Manny,
total fraud too. He's on disability, but he's like he's a veteran, but he's
What war?
he's misrepresenting himself because he's
war
not a
was-
veteran. He got heat stroke. That's why he's combining two stories. He got heat stroke, so he
no,
got
he
disabled.
is a veteran. He was just.
He didn't get
during the-
disabled by being in the war.
He got dizzy on a tugboat.
He did.
Yeah,
That's
so
not,
what he's-
I don't know how he worked it out,
He's
but he's
pretending
getting that
he's a
check every
disabled
month.
veteran. So Leno called him and all this shit because Leno thought he was a fucking disabled veteran. He's a
No,
disabled.
but hold on, though.
Huh?
When you talk to him, he's not disabled.
No, he's slow as fuck.
Is he slow? Was he?
No,
normal
he's
one
not.
time?
No, he's not.
That's why he goes
Slow.
tugboat Manny. That's why.
No,
they
he's
call him?
not that.
No, he's a sweet guy.
He
He's
is
a good guy. I really
doll.
like Manny.
But wait,
Okay.
he
Here
really.
comes the caveat.
So I go to Manny. When you smoke this much pot, it will burn your brain cells.
Right, yeah.
You're gonna get fried.
THC.
Wait. Go online. He goes, I'll Google it. I go and I'll show you. I Google it and it says, no, actually, it's the opposite. It'll make you
Yeah, but that's one story. That's not true.
like 4 different websites.
Everybody I know, everybody knows smokes a lot of pot. They're not. They're
burns.
Kills your
they
brain
don't do a
cells.
lot. First of all, it just kills your. And Manny at one point goes when we were close to my house. He goes, "Wouldn't it be great to just go up on stage and not talk and they still laugh?" I'm like, well, "Who the fuck are you?" I'm like, how lazy are you that you just want to just sit, you want to just
Stand
be
there
a
and just
fat
be
guy?
fat.
I'm fat. That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
They're going to need some words.
Something.
So he's already planning on being a disabled comic where he's just like,
He's trying
I'm
to
not
give
clip
me
Say-
money.
He's did you see his set though? He's funny, right?
Oh, he's funny, but
Oh, he's funny. He is.
funny.
I don't remember what he said though. I mean, I remember he being like, he was better than I thought
He
he
was
would be.
stoned, though. He was stoned,
Yeah,
too.
but why
I
are you
told
being
her-
stoned?
That was a
Don't
mistake.
be
He shouldn't do
stoned.
it.
No, so my point is, I was going to say to him like, listen, Manny, you know, you gotta, you should, I can't really say be like me because I'm obviously a complete failure. Like I'm driving 8 hours for 10 people. I've been doing it 45 years. You know, what I
An
mean, It's
armoire in the
I can't
back.
really be like, Manny, listen to me. I got some good advice. You know, so I can't be like, don't smoke pot because that's a dead end. Maybe I should smoke pot.
Bill
He's
Maher.
being Jay Leno and Rock Rubin.
Yes.
And then if he mentions
they're
Darcy,
calling
if he
him.
mentions Darcy one more time,
He loves Darcy.
I'm gonna
He's
fucking
got a
kill
crush on
myself.
Darcy.
No, he has a crush on Darcy because she's cute, and she put him in Westbury
Puts him on
Music.
his shows.
Yeah, Westbury Music Fair, and I mean, a lot of
He
comics
says
on.
people resent him. I go, who? I gotta listen to this. I go, who resents him?
You're like, I resent you.
Fat 45-year-old guy who got heat stroke.
No.
How many people really resent you?
Because he got into Westbury music.
I know
Fair.
nobody gives a fuck. So
No
he
one
he
cares.
goes.
That was just Darcy throwing. I was on that. It was
He
just
goes.
throwing him a bone.
He goes. You worked the Comedy Cellar? I go, yeah. He goes, that big room? I go, yeah. He goes, oh my God. He goes, you know Doug Davidoff? I'm like, where's my gun? He's gonna like literally blow my.
He doesn't even. He has a picture with Doug Davidoff.
It's not
doesn't he?
Doug.
Dove.
It's not
Dove.
Doug.
Oh, Dove.
Dove.
Good. Put a
I'm like,
picture of himself.
you're trying to you're like nervous around Dove Davidoff. You're like that's your thing. He goes,
That's your best.
the way Dove Davidoff like misdirects the jokes. I'm like, I know.
He's a huge fan.
Fucking
He's a
way. I love
comedy
Dove,
fan.
but I
He's a
mean,
comedy
come
fan.
on, man. No, but he's 45. I thought it like maybe he was like a
25.
No, I thought maybe he was. I was hoping he was younger. Like he just had like one of those things where he looks old and he's young. But
started
he's
late.
45.
He started
Yeah, he started
late.
everything late. But why is he smoking pot at 45? If you're a beginner comic, put the pot down and see what happens. Right?
You know what he said to me the other day? He goes, I think I want to eventually have kids. I'm like, eventually?
You have a girlfriend?
Talking about eventually?
Well, look at Dibuono. Dibuono, you ever going to have kids?
No, he doesn't want to marry that.
say,
Doesn't
like,
want to
no
marry
kids,
the
like-
nicest
True.
girl in the world.
It's true. Because if you
nicest
wanted to
girl.
marry her, you would have
not
married
true.
her already.
How old are you?
46.
He doesn't like this part. Now the
He
attention's on him. He doesn't like this.
I
The
like it.
girl's going
I
to
like it.
eventually walk off and
Denise.
meet some
Denise looks
Oh,
like
Denise.
Denise
she looks
really
like
well.
Cher. Beautiful girl,
Very pretty.
hot
She looks
body.
like shit. Did you see her at the
Not
music
now. She'll
awards?
like share at 90.
Well, not Cher now. Okay, but he's been with her for what, like 9 years? What-
No.
How long?
6 years.
Okay, if she's gonna have a baby, you got to marry her now.
She's
I have to
out.
fuck her now.
Yeah, you have to do it now.
How old
Gonna
is she?
get out, and then she'll meet a nice
40,
guy.
right?
40.
You're done. You can't have your first kid at 40.
Why not?
I did.
Because it don't work.
I did.
He did it.
She
And I did the second one at 41.
Okay, well,
you gotta do it now.
You're
I have to do it
Greek,
right
you're
now. I
Greek.
gotta leave. Let me
What
go
kind of, what kind of a thing is she? Nationality?
Kind of a thing is
She's
she?
a white-
Italian.
She's a white lady. I would say no
She's
way.
Italian.
Maybe Italian. Maybe you got to go with a breed that breeds a lot.
Listen,
Hispanic.
breeds.
here's
Yeah,
the crazy
they'll pop
part. She's
Greek.
madly in love with
I
him.
don't get it.
Laughs at she's at every show. And she's seen a show
Not every
8,000
show.
times. I'm sitting next to her and she's like this at every fucking joke that
get
she's
it.
seen
I
100 times
I
already.
like the joke he does. Is this about your girlfriend? He goes when she's wearing like the sexy top.
The
and she's,
chemise?
like showing, she's showing a little bit of cleavage. He goes, who you kidding? He goes, I seen a mole on your tit. It's like, whatever, however you word it, it's funny because you're like trying to act like I'm all sexy. Like I seen your tits I've seen it as they are. Well, how you do the joke?
What's your
Not like
chemise
that.
joke? What's
Do
a
it, do
chemise
it.
joke?
The chemise joke.
What's a chemise joke?
No,
That's
do
my
the
favorite.
joke where you're talking
We were in
about.
bed. She goes, I'll be right back. She goes, I'm going to spice things up. First she said spice things up, which is fucking gay. She goes, I'll be right back. I'm crying, by the way, because this laughing.
What is he? Were you
She goes,
crying?
I'm going to get my chemise. I didn't know what a chemise was. I thought her black friend was going to come in the room. So I'm like, oh, yeah, go get chemise. Yeah, finally, 6 years in, I've been waiting for this shit. I've been asking for
it up.
this.
That's funny.
Okay, what's
Then she
the
got
what,
stupid,
what's the thing
then
he
she
said?
comes in, she got the stupid outfit on, and she wants me to be all turned on. But 6 years, like, the thing is, like I was trying to say, when you wear a sexy outfit as a woman, if you're on like a first date and you're like showing, because we're talking about the whoring it up, you show cleavage. If a guy doesn't know you, he's gonna be like, oh my god, suspense, what's over there? Like he wants more. more. There's more coming. You want more because you don't know. But if you're with someone for 6 years, you know what's coming. It's like, Denise, I'm going to act like, ooh, I wonder what's over there. I know what's over there. A goddamn mole, the hair coming out of it.
That's hysterical. Yeah, that's why I don't try. I wear my as much armor as I can, like sweatpants, a flannel, and a
don't
tank
care. They
top
don't care.
underneath.
Well, my wife tries to wear
many
like
layers
some,
as I can.
lingerie. I just laugh. Like I can't even.
Stupid.
I don't-
She
I
tried
Dumb,
it
right?
one time. I just started laughing because it's a fucking joke.
And I
She
should
knows
go
what I
take-
wanted to wear anywhere, like just tight clothes. Where that's what I want.
I
Like,
never
your
did that
curves.
even when I was young. I'm not going to start doing it.
You know, the only person who liked it, it's my gay ex-husband used to
Right, 'cause
buy me
he wanted to be
lingerie.
in
I
it.
swear to God, that's the only guy.
he wanted to
You
be
wear
in
it for him?
I did. I put it
type
on.
of lingerie, though?
It did nothing. That was the problem.
Type of there's all
Little pink
Drag
with a
queen.
thing and a thing like
A
this.
thing and a thing.
And it went up on the hips, and I'm like,
he would buy it for you.
How
he
do you
bought
do
it,
that?
and then I would think, okay, maybe this will work, and he'd be like, oh, that's. And then he goes, why'd you put that on? Like then all of a sudden, I'm
like
like,
it.
You're
Did
I'm
you wear
begging
it?
for
Was
it.
before
You know what
sex
was
or while you're
missing,
cooking? Like, when are
Patty?
you wearing this outfit?
When I come to bed, I thought maybe this is going to make it.
You know what was missing?
What?
That'll
The
turn him.
dick that was supposed to be coming out of
Where's the
bottom.
cock?
Should have got,
just-
should've got a big lingerie with a big fucking black dildo.
I just-
Like, oh my god, I love that outfit.
It didn't.
Can you hide that?
Oh. How many sex do you have? I can't even speak. How many times do you have sex with your husband? Honestly, because you say like once, but that's not true.
It would
Every week,
be.
once a week.
No. Like, I remember at one point it was like it had been several months. And I'm like, I remember then he found, because I had had enough at that point. Like, I knew it was over. At the point where I knew it was over after my kid was born, I was like, I didn't even want to do it anymore. And he goes to me, hey, he goes, we haven't had sex in 4 months. Do you think that's a problem? I go, not really. And I just didn't fuck him till then I divorced him after that.
Wow.
When you have sex with a man who's gay, do you know can you feel a difference? Like there's
Oh, yeah, because he doesn't get hard.
he doesn't
That's
get hard.
the difference.
He's inside you, he doesn't get hard?
Well, I mean,
Well, from the back, you could be like a guy, I guess.
from the front, I'm almost like a guy. I have like
No, you have
boobs and
Patty.
a lot of hair.
Gross. So
No,
gross.
seriously. I mean, I was thin back then. I had no tits, so my
Right, so
it's
now.
only from being
but from the
fat.
back, though, you could be a guy, and you could have thrown some pretend hair on your ass.
So he wouldn't get hard while he was
come
on top of
on.
you?
Look, Kevin Brennan's
Even
acting
I'm
like he's
offended.
disgusted.
Wait, but he would be inside you and he wouldn't be around.
Oh, he
you?
would
Here's
be,
the
but
thing,
he
Patty. Here's the thing. When you have
couldn't finish.
kids,
He couldn't
when you have
finish.
kids, you don't have. He couldn't finish.
No.
It wouldn't finish.
Ever with
How'd
you.
you have kids anyway?
Twice.
You get pregnant.
Story.
Like, you
That's what he wanted. He wanted
you get
to-
pregnant automatically. If he finished, you would get pregnant.
No,
If you've had 2 kids, you have to have sex enough.
okay.
That you can't have
He's
sex
gonna get
twice.
mad if I tell you how.
Tell me.
It's like you
I can't even hear it.
So
do
gross.
it, do it.
can't hear it.
And then it would be like it's taking too long, and then you go okay, and then he just goes like this, and then right at the
Wait,
end,
do that again. That motion.
and
hell is
Like
that?
Yahtzee.
right when the sperm comes out, and then that's
He would jerk himself off and then.
to start.
Right then and there, I would be like, get off me.
It was just
over.
It was too long because
Jerk
it
off.
wasn't what he wanted. A vagina
Ay,
wasn't
ay,
what he
ay.
wanted.
Ay, ay,
Fucking
ay.
no.
He needed a boy, and I wasn't a boy. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, this is hard.
And
No, but anyway, once you have kids, you don't want to fuck anyway because it makes no sense. Like if you're with your kids all weekend or whatever, and they're a total pain in the ass, you don't want to fuck because they'll make more kids. You know what I mean?
And they walk
It's like
in on
taking
you.
the trash out and then making a mess. You know what I mean? Like you don't want more.
house,
You don't want more shit to deal with. So it's like the last thing you want to do after you've been dealing with your kids all day is more fucking kids.
by accident.
And then
Once
walk
they
in.
get to like grade school, though, then I was back in. Then I was like, "Let's go." Then my sex drive was back.
Yeah, but then you're 50.
I wasn't with my
weren't with anybody.
No, I wasn't.
You still wearing that outfit?
I used to
Walking around
drag
every
opened the
that
trunk.
pink- that
She
pink
opened the
nightie
trunk
with
Go
the-
grocery shopping with that
She
outfit on?
had no boyfriend knows it. She goes, "Let's go." Anybody knock on the door,
No, I
UPS,
was-
let's go.
I dated, but and I had little kids, but I still wanted to do it. But then,
Yeah, I'm
Was it
barely.
menopause though.
Because
You have
like
a lot of,
my-
you go through a period where you became a real slut?
Not a slut. I was always.
But you know what, it also-
I always thought he was my boyfriend, even if he turned out not to be. I was very monogamous with a boyfriend. But I would think it was a boyfriend, and then it's like, oh shit, that was a one night stand. What happened? He never called me back.
You do any of this?
thought it was a boy.
Where that move was earlier? What was that?
He's
That was
such an
funny. You know what, though, Brandon?
Why is he such an
It does
asshole?
help that you do have a good-looking wife. I mean, if you had a fat
never met
slob
her.
wife, you
Oh
wouldn't
my
wanna
God,
fuck
you
her.
would never want
You have
to.
a hot bitch of a
I
wife
swear
that
to
she's,
God.
How often? How often do you do it? You think
she's
with your
pretty
wife? How
and she's got
often?
a great body.
Once a week?
Last week we had sex. I'm just gonna say because I think I'm gonna get divorced anyway. So So last night, I think I'm done.
What
I really
happened?
think I'm done.
You're not.
Because of your.
I'm just so done. I'm so done with like the fucking. And plus, a lot of times she'll go. Last night she goes. We need to talk. I go, fuck that. Because I went to this fucking thing yesterday. I didn't want to go. So she's like. I said, oh, by the way, when are you? Because I had to put it at the Comedy Cellar, and this weekend's Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, it is.
So they have like holiday pay Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm like, so I said, are you working Sunday? Are you working Sunday or Monday? And she's like, oh, by the way, or it's our anniversary on Sunday. I go, well, by the way, I got to pay the fucking rent. So let's look into that. So then she goes, oh, by the way, last week on Cumia, I did Cumia last Monday, and then they aired it as a Misery Loves Company. So sometimes I talk a little extra shit here because she don't have the Cumia thing because I don't let her.
Then they aired it.
No, because I don't want her to have it. You know what I mean? So then they aired it. She's like, you were talking about when you were at do Red Eye at Fox News. Like the girls are all like, I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking. Like, what am I supposed to do? I go, I go, was the episode funny? She goes, yeah. I go, well, then just let it go. Like, you can't laugh at everything and go like, but I didn't like what you said about. Of course, you didn't like what you said about me. That's the nature of the beast.
Howard Stern didn't get divorced a lot sooner because he had naked women on.
I know, touching him, doing
right.
stuff to
Under the
him.
desk,
Right.
women under the desk, like doing weird shit to his
It does get under
thighs.
your skin if you're.
That's right.
So she goes.
She shouldn't listen. It's like
That's
if
what
that's
I said.
his
I
job,
said, don't listen.
Don't listen.
She goes, well, I listen because I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know because I.
No,
I
that's a
learned-
mistake.
I learned stuff more about what your schedule is from your when you list your dates.
Does your wife ever, when she meets people, like tell her friends or people she meets how she met you? Women love to do that shit.
Anyway, can I finish my story?
That was over.
It was over 5 minutes ago.
God, please end it.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So then she goes, oh, by the way, we need to talk. I go, fuck. Usually I go, huh? I go, fuck that. I go, we're not talking. She goes, what? I go, yeah, we're not. Because the kids are already asleep. I'm like, I'm done. I was at this fucking confirmation party. I'm like, I'm not something else. And she's like, yeah, I don't like the fact that you're, whoring it up or you're talking about the whores on Facebook. I'm like, so anyway, the point is, I didn't even point out, on Monday, I fucked her.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good because Monday I was like going all day and I came home and it was hot and she was like dressed kind of like wearing shorts and then she goes so she was watching some show, she was watching something and so I made my move, one of my
What's a
infamous
move?
moves.
How do you make a move?
Were they
on it?
asleep? They were asleep.
I got her a
Remember the
popsicle. Anyway, so then she goes
A popsicle?
she goes, my legs are hairy. I go, I don't give a fuck.
See, men don't
Yeah,
care
they don't
about that.
notice
Men
that.
don't
I don't care
care.
about
I stopped shaving my legs like 10 years
Then
ago.
Wednesday, I thought she was being friendly again, so I tried to fuck her again on Wednesday, and she goes, that's your move, because she was watching TV, and then I was like, oh, by the way, and she goes, you need to warm up a little bit. I'm like, so I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Like if I try to, like if I fuck her once, and then later that week she'll be like, like if she wants to kind of fool around, I don't want it. She's like, but if I do and she don't, then she's like, you need to be warmed up. I'm like, we've been married 12 years. You need a fucking warm up. Just.
Well, we kind of do need.
You
a
do.
warm-up.
I know, but I don't. And if I gotta do a warm up, I'd rather just go watch TV again. I don't want to spend a lot of time.
Not a lot of time. You just
No, it is a lot of time.
you got to get her to turn her brain off from the kids, the TV, the dishes. You just give her a little back rub.
Is
10
it-
minutes, and
is
then
it- I'm gonna ask
yeah.
the women now. Is it wrong that like when I said to Denise last week, I said I want to have sex with you, but I want my cat on the bed. Is that?
Yeah,
is
that
that
is-
That's
inappropriate?
very weird and inappropriate. You didn't say that.
I'm very attached to my cat.
I think it's. I used to hate when the cat.
Fuck your cat.
When the
then.
cat would watch.
But you're a
We're doing
clown.
it.
No one's gonna marry you. You're a fucking clown.
She would marry him. She
would, but-
would. She's
but you know
waiting.
what?
She's
Waiting.
waiting.
She's going to eventually.
She's
dump
gonna
him.
meet somebody else.
She's 40.
So, look,
That
she's
shit's
hot.
over.
It's over.
No, she's hot.
What's she
she's
gonna
hot.
be with?
Can get a guy.
But at
Get a guy in a
40, she
second.
can't go to nobody. You know what I mean? Like my wife's like, oh, you're gonna. I'm like, who wants to fuck me? I got
Nobody.
no money. I got 2 kids. I got a miserable wife. Like,
And you've got,
nobody
like-
wants into this.
You got a couple more good years left on your dick. After a couple more years, your dick's gonna start being like.
Even my dick's like, even when I see a hot woman, my dick's like, she's gonna be problems. Like even my dick used to be like, let's get that, even if it's just some random whore on the train or whatever. Now my dick's like, you know what? It's gonna be a lot of headache. I have to take her to the Olive Garden. We're gonna have to buy her appetizers.
You do.
No, fuck it. I'd rather just jerk off or watch TV or whatever,
You don't
or
care
talk to Bob Dibuono.
God, you hit
the
rock
fucking his
bottom.
cat. But you know what? The fans on the Twitter thing was saying, no, on your Facebook when you did that on the thing. One guy goes, well, how come only half your mouth is moving? Did you have a stroke?
Who?
Like, to Kevin.
Manny?
Facebook lived it from the
Yeah,
the
if you
movie
notice
theater?
all the texts of people, the comments.
Yeah.
And then another guy said, why is your skin so loose? Now, as we get older, I was noticing my mouth.
What they say?
Skin's not loose. Are they cosmetologists or whatever the fuck?
Your neck, man.
Maybe
Cosmetologist.
your neck. But look, I was
You got
noticing.
a tight neck.
I was noticing that
Remember
my
she's at
mouth,
the gym?
my mouth doesn't move on one side, and I was like,
That's
did
on
I have a
Facebook
stroke?
Live. That's Facebook Live. It's the video. It's
No,
it
your
doesn't
part
matter.
of your mouth is move when it talks. This side.
You go more on the one side.
Wish the
More
whole
on the
thing
one
didn't
side,
work.
and it's
I'm
weird
glad
because it
I'm-
happens as you get older. So all these
We could
people
address this.
comments.
Because my one side's lazier than the other. Like one side's like fucking
right-
Manny, and then the other side is like more aggressive.
There he is.
One side's high from smoking pot.
Wait, I have a question. So how often do you bang a woman that you're married to? Is it once a week?
I'm not married. How
I know that you're not married to.
How often? As much
Yeah,
as you can.
Denise.
I see Denise once a week. So we
Okay, so you get it once a week. All right.
well, as much as you can, I guess. Yeah.
That's
She lives in her parents' house in the basement. So
Let's bring George in.
George
Can
Gallo's here.
here?
George Gallo's here?
Yes.
Here.
And that's his little son.
He has a son?
Yeah. His son is so freaking
Go to
cute.
the
He's got
couch.
4 kids, Gallo.
What's the couch?
Gallo didn't stop fucking, and he had 4 kids in the when his
He has
career.
4
Yeah, he had a
kids?
Disney
Move
deal.
Bob over to the chair.
He had a Disney
to the
deal.
Disney
He had an
chair.
ABC deal. He had all these deals, and he kept popping out kids. He has 4 freaking kids. That's
Wait,
one of his.
I don't
little
even
kids.
think I knew
Look
that
at
you
baby
were-
Gallo.
Oh shit, he looks just like him.
yeah, good.
Wow.
Isn't he cute?
Hello? Give me a kiss, darling.
What do you mean? Gallo is that's why I didn't stop fucking.
How old's your
I
son?
haven't.
You had a bunch of kids.
What's up, crazy man?
We're on the air. I would get up, but we're on the air.
Wow, you have a lot of guests today.
Too many. Bob goes, hey, am I coming in? I go, well, I don't need you, but. And he goes, no, I go, you think I'd wait if I was gonna if I really wanted you in? I wouldn't wait for you to text me. I would text you. I'd be like, you coming in or not? Like last week, I'm like, you coming in? He was ghosting me, and then he goes, I'm on the train. The drawbridge went up. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what happened. I go, it's show business. Show up on time.
Oh, that's so.
Oh, that's good
funny.
coming from you.
Look who's talking.
Big chat an hour late, 45 minutes late.
Doesn't care about ours.
He doesn't care about us.
No, that was going to Queens, where the trains don't even go.
That's true.
It's a long walk. Anyway, George Gallo's here. First of all, you said George Gallo's thing has 7 million hits. I watched it last night. It's 32,000.
I don't even fit into the screen here.
What? What?
Talk in the mic.
I watched the thing on YouTube. It said 32,000.
Yeah, I was watching your live the other night with 45 viewers, so shut your mouth.
Bob, come back. Get your chair back, Bob. Bob, for real.
Time to go.
Okay.
Where does it say?
He
got you
almost
I
there.
looked
got
on
killed.
YouTube and it said 32,000. The one where you like sore loser.
YouTube isn't doing it for
Where do you do it? What's your website?
Facebook.
What's your website? Oh, Facebook.
Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
So it's on the comedian George Gallo like page and all that. So
Oh,
we
He
okay.
went
First of
on.
all-
He almost got killed. I mean, this guy always.
saw
That was
it.
the one in the
I'll
street,
have to
right,
slide
George?
over, Patty.
Me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, Patty, make a little room.
Can you move over too?
How did Dibuono get in?
I wasn't in the photo the whole fucking time. That's why I wasn't
Oh,
paying
all right. So yeah, all right. So
foul language on,
So on
these
Facebook, it's Facebook. You have it, right? Facebook, it's all right. I'll go to your
Facebook,
Facebook.
and there was a couple of versions of it. The first version was just uploaded as on a personal page, so
Yeah.
it's got like 1.4 million now, and then the new one is on my fan page, and it's
Wait,
what's it up around? It's about 5,000 views now. Yeah, 3.8 million.
I love it, Gallo.
Look,
I already said 7 million.
George,
All right, I don't
collectively,
know.
it's 7 million.
Collectively,
Do you
a
know
lot of
Kevin
shit.
well?
Anyway,
Kevin, yeah, I got arrested on Kevin's show when we
He
did
did.
Freak Show in 1995.
What
They
did
did.
you do to get arrested?
I got into a police
What'd you
car and
do
I arrested
again?
Myself. I arrested myself. I was chasing you across the street.
no, I was still doing this thing for Comedy Central, and then we were like gonna have like freaks, like guys who did a weird act, and then we're gonna like get to meet them behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So he was one of them, and then we were following him on the streets of New York, so he would like interact with people weirdly.
Crazy.
Very good.
And then
So
he
crazy.
was crossing the street. I was pretending like he was. I guess we were pretending you were crazy or something. We were following
No,
you, or
no.
you were chasing me, or
Well,
he
the
was in a
nature-
wheelchair. He was like in a wheelchair. He was like
Wheel-
he was wheeling himself through a wheel. He was doing all this weird shit, and then he went up to a cop car, and
Wasn't
he
weird.
he got into the back of the cop car.
He arrested himself.
They were like, "What the fuck?" So you can't do that. It was just two cops in the front. He opened the back door and got in. So they arrested him because he could blow their brains out. You
That's
know
right.
what I mean?
Did you get out of it after that? When did they let you go?
Well, it was.
Back then, it wasn't so. The cop thing wasn't so. Now, like they weren't afraid for their lives as they are now.
Well, they're still nervous.
Okay.
When a guy gets in the back back seat of your fucking car, they still get a little
And then
nervous.
they threw you down. He got arrested a lot of times, but this was
Yeah, no.
crazy stuff.
Some people have a police record for, doing bad things. I've gotten arrested more times for doing the comedy.
Dumb things, right?
So we were doing that because I do like improvisational street comedy. So I
Yeah.
made up a story. I found a wheelchair, and I happened to have a cell phone, and I made up a story about somebody stole my grandmother, and then you walked into the scene. And then you were just doing your thing where you're just floating around. And then I just look at Kevin because Kevin looks like he deserves like some verbal abuse. And then I started with you and he started with me. He's like, "Hey man," he said a couple of words just to trigger me. And then I said, you knocked me over. And I was just making up shit. He's like, "No, man, I didn't do anything." So I chased him across 57th Street. And then a cop pulls up. He's like, "What the hell's going on here?" I'm like, "That guy knocked me over, and he made fun of me in front of all my friends and humiliated me, and I didn't need to be a part of this." And he's like, "Really? Well, where is he?" I'm like, "Well, he's gone now." And I just got in the police car. And then that ended the scene. That was that pilot you had for Comedy Central.
Yeah.
That ended the scene. We pulled off, and then they overdubbed, "They're going to regret doing that," or something like that.
Yeah.
So we get in the car, and now there's this big black sergeant guy with a big cigar. He's in the passenger seat, and one of the regular PD guys is driving, and the sergeant's like, "Did he just get in the car and arrest himself?" And the guy driving's like, "Yeah, he's back there." And then all of a sudden he goes, "Stop the car." They pull around the corner of 57th Street. They kind of beat the shit out of me a little bit. And then they handcuffed me. He's like, "Now you're officially arrested." They put me in the car.
They did beat the shit out of you?
Yeah.
They smacked me around and roughed me up a little bit.
They did?
And he goes, "What'd you do that for?" I didn't tell him I was doing a pilot with you. And I just went all the way with it.
Like they would have been like, "Oh, Kevin Brennan." Oh.
Yeah, then he got 10 years in prison.
No, they
Kevin
they
Brennan.
never.
Best
We
thing that
didn't even look into it. We're like, I guess he got arrested.
I almost got you.
Yeah, I know. You never even talked to me again after
Follow up
that.
for anything?
Oh, we were on a budget. We were on a budget.
You know what the best? Gallo used to do this. He used to hail a cab. The cab would, how all the cabs would stop. He'd get in the one door and get out the other door. And
Yeah, there's
he
a
did
video
this.
on that.
He did this for hours, and we'd be crying watching him from like a restaurant in the city.
Wait, so the thing with the Trump thing, where was that? Here?
No, it's Philadelphia. I was getting coffee, and they were in my way. So I just joined in the protest.
The march.
They were protesting Donald Trump winning. It was November 18th last year. And all these little wimpy wimps were protesting, kicking and crying and screaming, and some of them thought it was like a parade, so they had their kids in the protest also, which is kind of strange. And
Wait, Patty, you voted for
My
Hillary.
daughter protested, okay? I'm just saying.
that's okay, and I hope she's safe, and I hope she's...
And I would have, but I had to work that day. I would have protested too.
Oh, well, that's great. That's terrific. I am a happy patriot, and I love my country.
I think I love
And-
my country.
I love my country
That's
very
okay.
much.
Who loves the country more?
I love
And,
my country. That's why
It is my
I want to
country.
get rid of
I
this
don't
fucking
even
guy.
know.
Who'd you vote
And how do you
for?
spell country? There's no O in there?
Ooh.
So
Okay, come on. It's Monday morning. So anyway,
morning anymore.
so from that that helped like blow.
what happened was...
Because you're doing theaters now, like off of that video.
Well, it's not as simple and cut dry as that. First off, I've been taking many, many risks for years in making these videos.
Yeah.
So that was just one of the things that I just happened to do that happened to really make an impact on the culture.
And I like to add in that George Gallo is brilliant, and his videos. I think you're so talented.
No, I
This-
second
This
that.
guy should have
Can
his
you hear
own.
him? You're not on
Oh,
microphone.
I don't want to get out of rage. We talk about the business being so stupid because it's not about talent. People get rewarded for their demographic or their age or their ethnicity. This is the guy that I remember when I first started out, George Gallo, and to this day makes me cry and laugh. And we
George Gallo, that's right.
Brilliant.
He's
brilliant.
hilarious.
That's it.
You know, Kevin and I were watching your video. If you just go to his Facebook page, just watch all of his videos. He does the stupidest shit that's funny. He goes up to guys. There's a whole bunch of them where he just rubs people's bellies, like men who are standing on the street with like big fat bellies, and he was walking down the street like a big, and then all of a and he stops. He looks at the guy and he goes, and it rubs. And the guy,
weird. It's the
so
funniest
weird
But
because
nobody wants to beat you up or anything?
that's what I don't get, though. No, most of them don't, though. I don't understand.
George is doing stuff that Impractical Jokers is doing now. He's been doing it for 25 years.
No, that's why I wanted to use him when I did the Comedy Central thing, because I knew he was like not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I knew his act was like weird, so I liked his act. But then when he did the cop car thing, I'm like, holy shit! That's why I thought like it would be a good show if you could see like these weird people have weird acts behind the scenes. You know,
George, I still
Most
watch your
comics are
video from
boring.
Caroline's. That from 19 whatever. That stand up is hilarious.
Hilarious.
I still laugh about the thing with the
Yeah, but I thought his stand-up- I thought his
ventriloquist
stand-up- I'm talking about him
nightmare.
like he's not here. I thought his stand up, like I thought it was like like DC Benny. It's not the same thing, but like DC Benny doesn't do like set up punchlines. So I thought like the crowds never really got you as that much because it was not typical thing, and
It's a different time for me though. I'm not that.
Yeah, but they didn't know. How, No, I'm just saying when you used to work at the clubs in New York, they didn't know how to react to it because it wasn't a setup and then a punchline.
Right.
Like most New York comics do, and then you're doing sound effects, and they're like, what, and then they didn't know if it was like a real sound effect because it was weird. Like your mouth would move, but then like a ventriloquist with no dummy.
That's my favorite joke.
Which one?
That one. That what I just said earlier. The
Oh
ventriloquist.
yeah, it's had a few.
Ventriloquist
changes.
nightmare.
Yeah.
What's your act
Ventriloquist
now?
nightmare.
What's
Isn't
your
that-
act now?
It's more about socio-cultural type stuff, talking
Do you
about.
go out on the road with somebody, or you just do? It's just a one-man show.
No. I'm opening up for Darren Knight. He's got 1.8 million Facebook fans out.
Oh,
there.
you're teaming up with somebody.
Yeah.
Who's Darren Knight? A black guy?
No, Darren Knight. That's what I thought. He's not.
I don't know Darren Knight either.
Darren Knight has.
He's a black guy.
He's known as Southern Mama, and he's captured millions of views just being like a Southern woman, saying like all moms say.
He dresses like a woman?
No, he acts like a woman. He talks to like invisible kids. and he just
he
says all
sells
these
out.
hysterical things. He's actually really funny.
It's like that girl you were talking about.
Miranda sings. I love her.
Miranda sings.
Oh my God, she's so.
She's like 12 and 13-year-olds love her, and she comes in.
Is this guy
Very-
Darren
Oh,
Knight?
he's cute.
Is that
Yeah, it's Darren Knight.
Is he
yeah.
gay?
He's not straight.
Oh, he's so cute though.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
he's almost,
how'd you hook
he is
up with him?
girl-like
Through
looking.
Facebook?
Well, my manager, who's his manager,
Who's your manager?
John Cosma, he found Darren, and then he actually fostered Darren's popularity and his Facebook page and his career. Basically, this guy's only been in stand-up for like 2 years, and
He does a
See, Manny,
female
you do
character.
have a shot.
no, he relates to all the women just by the way he kind of interacts with the kids. So he's like a mom. And he's screaming at all the kids, whether it's at a baseball game or it's at a.
He's doing a character.
Right. Yeah,
he's doing a
There's
character.
no kids on stage. He's
No,
pretending.
right.
But then you see him on stage, and even in person, he's really funny. He's a regular funny guy. He's not like terrible, like uncomfortable and weird, like
But he talks like a woman on stage.
No. He talks like a regular dude. He's just
Did this guy start
gonna have to
managing
go to a
you
show.
after you got the millions of?
Well, what happened
hits that
was-
when he looked you up.
Yeah, John found out about me through Gerard Harron. He's a New Jersey comedian. And John just said, I might as well work with you because you're already making these videos like nonstop. And they're funny and they're produced well. He's like, I can work with you because you're nonstop producing. And I got the crime record to prove how long I've been doing this. It's
When you go into the city, do you plan on causing problems?
No. I go to shoot one thing, and then there's a protest walking right past me, and I get into it, and then I just do my interviews.
When you go to like do something like a celebrity lookalike, is you going to the city to make a video?
I can walk into the city any day, any moment, and I could make a video.
But when you come into
Plan.
the city, do you
Plan it.
plan on doing it?
Head.
You're not here for something else, right? For like a dentist appointment?
No, not today. Today I have a production meeting because we're co-producing a documentary for Darren. So we're talking and working with Cliff Charles. He shot Amy Schumer's special and works with Chris Rock. So I'm
People we don't know.
Yeah.
Can I tell?
not to drop any names, but I'm just
really.
saying.
Can I just say
I
something?
got
about
nothing
him?
bad to say about Amy. I know nobody's has mixed.
You have nothing bad to say about her?
I have nothing. I don't care. I know people like to talk nonsense about her, but she seems like a nice girl.
Can I just say something about him?
What's wrong?
Not
about George Gallo. George Gallo photobombs like parties and weddings and everything else. Okay, so Kevin works at this shoe
Not
company.
me, Kevin or
Kevin, my fiance, is working at a shoe company.
15
and
years.
And they have their Christmas party and they post the pictures up on. And Kevin goes to me, "Come here," and I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Is that George Gallo in 30 in every fucking picture? There's George Gallo with the teeth."
How'd you even get in there?
Listen to this.
He fucking.
I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
It was so
Yeah,
weird.
but do you when people get mad, do you like disarm them? Because you have like a.
Absolutely.
I mean, you disarm them. You just pretend you're kid. You start smiling at them. You do sound effects. No, because you
No,
can
I'm not
disarm people.
threatening.
Because
It's
then they
all-
think
it's all a mistake. It's
But then
what
they think you're like They think you're crazy because you can do like this crazy like Laka character, right? And then they go, oh, maybe he's from another country.
you know
or
what?
One time he fell on the floor. These two black
'Cause
guys.
even on the train, you get in a lot of trouble on the train, right? And
Two
no one
black
wants to-
guys
Oh, I
were going
lost my
to
job
kill
because
him.
of that.
One night we were in the subway and he was messing with me and they didn't know I knew him. And all of a sudden these two black guys dropped their stuff and they threw him on the floor. And and then all of a sudden he's going, malfunction. I go, don't hit him. He's crazy. Don't. And then they walked
That's
away.
what I mean. If they just think you're like weird, they think well, I'm not gonna
I
fuck
know.
with this guy.
You got to realize I've been hanging out with Karie like for 25 years now. So back then I was just doing wild
He was
shit.
crazy.
I was doing a lot of wild
He'd
stuff. I
throw
was
up
wild.
on the train, but fake throw
Yeah,
up.
a lot of it was
sound
shocking.
effects.
Now, I
Next
mean,
to Asian people, they'd be like,
Hilarious.
I'm a lot older and I know how to like finesse shit. So it's not like, I don't come in as sinister as I used to. I come in
So
as
even
sinister.
when you did the video like sore losers, you taped it yourself right off of your phone. Like even that, I was like, gave you points for just doing that accurately because I'd be like getting the, I'd be getting the wrong shot or whatever. I would have lost.
I've been doing this.
Would've been
I've been doing this with cameras this big since 1988. This is not nothing new for me. So, that's why when you worked with me, you were like, this guy does stuff out in the street. I don't know what it is. I didn't even know what it was. I just did it. I started in 88, 89, getting arrested, and somebody said you should do stand-up comedy because you're always doing these
Oh, you
street
did that
videos.
first. Oh.
Yeah. That's why it's
But
been
I'm
going
just saying,
on.
you're like a robot comedian. So if you get into a problem, like if I get into a problem, I just be like, I can't. But you can go into like a malfunction, and they.
I don't even do it that way anymore.
But you can do something. Because
Yeah,
even when I see you, I can.
he knows how to get out of it. He's a pro. It's
Even if you're on a
amazing.
plane and you start taking a video, don't they get mad? Like
Luther
doesn't it?
Vandross? No.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah.
Vandross.
Yeah, there's
The guy was like a Luther
look-alike.
Vandross lookalike.
Oh, I didn't
They're always
see that
like,
one.
and if I did, they'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? People always want to beat me up. Where him, it's like, I think it's a different
What if
story.
you don't say anything?
Hey, even if I just get on the plane. I sit down next to the guy next to me, he's like, this guy's a fucking asshole. I don't know how they know I'm an asshole just from sitting.
Yeah, you got
They
the
do.
look on your face.
I don't even know how you knew that was a Christmas
All right,
party.
so
Who do you know?
No, the party was that party that your fiance was at. So weird. I was taking the train home. I worked late that night. It was around Christmas time, and I went down to the subway. I got on the subway, and then this lady was convulsing right at the door. As soon as the doors open, I said, "Oh shit!" So I turned her over, and I got her tongue out of her mouth, and then she.
Now we're dating.
Stop the train. Stop the train.
Oh, we have 4 kids.
Get a doctor. And,
God.
And they found a doctor. Doctor came in, and I said she's whatchamacallit? She's a what do they call this?
Epileptic.
Epileptic person. She's got a bracelet on, and his train's gonna be late. So I left. It was 53rd Street. I walked down a couple of blocks, and there's like whiteboards with all the advertising on it, and there's like a party going on. So I'm well dressed, and I walk in there, and I'm looking around. Somebody says, "Hey, you here for the party?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here for the party."
I love it.
So I walk in and I crashed 2 parties that year, and your fiance's was the first one. And then I was there, and I like to have fun. Had a couple of drinks, eating their food, dancing, doing backspins on the floor, shit like that.
That's
And then-
hilarious. Like,
and then
who's
as the girls-
that?
Because he's like the guy who's like, people just think
People
he's.
like him. He's got a
No,
likability
but they think he
factor.
works with
Because he's
them.
goofy. They're like, he's just a goofy guy at the party.
Why did nobody stop him?
he's
That's what. See,
hysterical.
those are the faces.
He's like the.
In every picture. That's what he ruined every. every Christmas shot.
He's like the
happened?
original wedding
all the
crasher.
girls, yeah, absolutely. The girls were all taking pictures of themselves, and I can't stand when all the girls they take the picture. So I was just like, I can't let this be. So I just had to destroy every single photo. And just did all these pictures. And then all of a sudden, a year later, at the comic strip Christmas party, I see her, and I guess Kevin came up to me.
Yeah.
And he's just like, that was you in all those pictures. Like, they had them all over the company website, and I ruined every picture. I erased
His stupid face.
And
Why would they put them on the website if you're all photobombing them?
so he goes, Kevin goes like this. He goes, you were at my company's party and you ruined all the pictures. I go, well, which one was it? Was it the Boston Finance Company or was it the Jessica Simpson clothing line? He goes, Jessica Simpson clothing line.
Hilarious.
Then shit went down at the Japanese finance company because I went in there eating food. All these hot Asian chicks are there. And it was like two Caucasian guys. And I'm like, hey, the salmon's good, right? He's like, yeah, the salmon's good. The guy goes, who are you? And,
Salmon's good. I gotta remember that line.
It's like a
Because I never
wedding
know how to start a
crasher.
conversation. You just
No.
go, salmon's good.
I was trying to hang out with him, but he was the CEO. And all of a sudden, he goes, who are you with? I said, I'm with advertising, 43rd floor. And I work in IT. It was pretty complex. It had layers. He goes, I'll be right back. He walks back. Music turns off.
Oh, my God.
He goes, nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
And he plays it off.
I work
Should
for.
say you're undercover boss.
I said, I'm a consultant. I work for Frank Susskind. He goes, there is no fucking Frank Susskind.
Oh my
here.
God, he's on the microphone.
No. He's standing there, and now the
He's on the microphone.
no.
Grab the mic from the band.
He goes. I go. I have to finish my food. He goes, get the fuck out, right? I go. I really have to.
The salmon's so good.
No, that was the ending line when it was at the top of the ramp. I go, hey, did you try the salmon? He goes, get the fuck out. And then like,
Tell Susskind he's fired too.
Wow. That's a lot of balls to do that.
You gotta be able to like you get like. It's
I'm
like being
laughing on the inside.
No, but you got to be like an undercover agent to have the you got to be calm to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Because if the guy came up to me and goes, "You're not supposed to be here," I go, "You're right. No, I'm not supposed to."
Oh
be
my
here."
God, I'd
You're
be
like,
so nervous.
You're like, no, I'm supposed to be here. I'm with Susskind. You know, like
Yeah.
the fact that
you
you would
have to be
like
calm.
double down on is
I agree.
ridiculous.
You have to be calm. Like one time we went to Hershey Park and I got everybody in for free because I did this
So
thing.
bad.
I did this thing.
You can't pass on a Hershey
Look.
Park story.
I had 27 people with me.
27 you got him for
You got him
There
for
was a
free.
90-year-old person at the gate, so I hand them all the tickets. I go, everybody, as soon as I hand them the tickets, everybody start going, right? So all of a sudden, all these people went through, and he goes, wait a minute. And I get through, and Rich Walker is the last guy in, and he goes, where are all these people? Where are the tickets? And he goes, he puts his hands up. I go, what are you doing, you idiot?
blowing
Let's
the
go,
spot.
you
Yeah, he's a
fucking idiot. And
weakling.
he's got his hands up. He's like, I go, I gave you his ticket. He goes, all right, just go through. He knew.
Yeah, but what were you? How are you going to get people in? Didn't you already pay for the ticket?
No, I got like 7 tickets and we had like 13 people.
And
And then what I did was, here's another trick you could do at Hershey Park.
doesn't work.
Terrible. I would never
You,
do this.
you go in. You go,
Almost got shot.
Terrible.
listen, you want to get back in without a ticket. You go up to the guy at the exit where he stamps everybody's hand.
Yeah.
So you go, oh, sir, I just came out the wrong entrance. I came out the entrance instead of coming around. I didn't get my hand stamped. He'll stamp your hand. Now, you didn't buy a ticket. You run and you rub the stamp on everybody's hand. And we all got in.
Do this with your kids watching?
Yes, my
This
kids are
is-
pros.
But they can't. You rub the stamp.
Yes,
You can
and
only
no,
how
no,
many?
no.
How many can you rub it on
But
before it?
all it does is it goes under a fluorescent light and you put it under and you'll see it glow. You just
Remnants
need a
of
little
it.
glow.
Right.
Wow. See, I would never do that in front of my
And I
kids.
got Rich Walker putting his hands up like, arrest me. I'm like, what?
Oh, it's like when
You
I
idiot.
shoplift with my kids. You know, like
That's terrible too. How could you
well, they'll have something.
Kids.
Yeah, they'll have. You got 4. Who the fuck? You're like a fucking comedy robot. You're like photobombing people.
I can't believe you have kids
Parties.
though.
Minors.
Of course I have kids.
I know. I just found
They're
out
older now.
recently that you have kids. I can't believe you have kids.
They all look like
Well, my kids.
Neither of you
when
seem
my
like
kids
fathers to me.
when my kids like have something and they could get away with it if they just didn't put it on the counter
a bag of chips. or
My dad got arrested.
for the same
Stealing.
thing, trying to get you to steal.
Dad, no, because he's cheap, right? So you go into the grocery store.
Do it
like
as Voss. Do it as Voss.
Okay, so stupid. Listen up, okay? Look at the size of your head. Didn't you fall off a wall? Okay, you stink.
Scary.
Got more
It's
credits
scary.
than anybody. Okay.
I got more
up.
credits than
Listen up.
anybody.
You want
That's all Voss
poetry?
ever says
You
now.
want poetry? Go
I
to
got more
Soho.
credits.
My wife's got the flattest ass. I fucked her from behind. I thought I was fucking Jackie Chan's face.
hilarious.
He's
Listen
actually
up,
out of his
okay?
act. Can they hear it? Can you
Big-
guys hear Voss?
Doesn't sound like.
Hey, John.
Yeah, we can't hear it because
Can
he's
you hear? Can you hear?
Yeah.
I mean, can you hear Bob Dibuono? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
He's got a
All right.
microphone. What happened? Your father got arrested?
My dad goes into Stop and Shop, and so he's like OCD. He's like cheap with money. So my dad's always like stealing shit and doing really good. And the guy's got money. Like, you're not fucking poor. So he goes into the grocery store and he would take the prices off one item and then put it on another. So like something like $40, and he put it on, and then
do
they
it in
caught
front
him
of you?
and they detained him inside Stop and Shop for like 3 hours. Called the police, and I had to go pick him up. I was like,
Your
16.
bell bottoms? Were you wearing the bell bottoms? Because
Yes,
they
I
would have felt
was.
bad for you.
I dated an
You were 16, you had to pick up your dad?
Yeah,
I dated an ex-con, and when my kids were little,
Shocker.
fuck him.
and he had tattoos all over himself.
that
He was
outfit
fucking
on him?
crazy, and I think he was.
I dated an
he was-
ex-con.
He was on meth or something. But anyway, I didn't know he was at the time.
Patty, you just literally take what you can
had
get.
the worst date.
It was but anyway, so
The
we're going to
worst taste
Splish
in-
Splash, you know,
Of
Splish
course,
Splash.
Splish
And he's got his little fucking trunks
Gay
on,
bars,
and he
Splish
goes,
Splash.
he goes to my kids, go, run to get into Splish Splash. He goes, I've got it. And they're like running. They're like, Mom, should I run? I go, no, don't run. I'm not going to teach my kids to get in for free. So I go, get behind me. And he's like going, fucking run. He's telling my
he's
kids.
cursing at you.
Yeah, and my kids wouldn't go. And I go, stay over here. And he goes, we got in the biggest fight about it. But I paid for all four of us. Like,
Yes.
Oh, he was
Tom, how is he as a father?
he was a menace.
Insane?
Yes.
Are you normal? How did you turn out? Are you normal?
Second.
You're weird too.
He talks
Oh,
like
he's
you.
very insightful, though. He's very.
Is he going to be a
So
cop?
handsome.
No, he's too smart for that. I wouldn't encourage
Pull
that.
up people's drinks for them like he does. But like,
Call out people's drinks at Starbucks?
Like he wants his coffee faster. Yeah, exactly. He's got his mobile speed.
When you go to Starbucks, can you just feel compelled to do this, or do you want to just do it for?
Yeah. Well, there's a few things. You know, I do a lot of stuff just to keep me awake. So I get.
You do it for your own. You do it for your own fun. You think it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's very fun for me.
My favorite one of Gallo's is when he goes somewhere and someone's on their cell phone, and then he talks louder than them on their cell phone, and they
on the train, right?
A lot of
they walk,
mimicry, yeah.
They walk, and then he walks, and one guy's like, "Dude, are you following me?" And he's like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm on the phone." And he's like, and then all of a sudden the guy will walk that way, and Gallo will walk that way. He's like, "Dude, you follow me?" Shit. Yeah.
Well, I realized, you know something. I realized as I've gotten older that a lot of annoying frequencies and sounds and incessant like noises, they bother me. So then I start shutting them down and I start mimicking them. So I got a few videos on that where I mimic the people who are talking loud on the phone. And I never really liked loud phone people, even in the office, because I work for engineering companies. And they're on the phone. They're not really thinking about who's around them when you could actually get the same information across like this. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to talk loud.
Yeah, I was in a like a little gym at a hotel, you know, and there's only like a couple machines, and I was on one. The guy comes in, and then the phone rings, and he answers the phone. And he's having a conversation. So I started yelling. I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" And he's like, then he's like, and I go, "Shut the fuck up!" And then he goes, "Are you talking to me?" I go, "No, it's part of my workout video. The shut the fuck up workout." Because what can he do? Like, I'm just talking as loud as like I don't. It's personal. Like I was on a fucking toilet taking a shit. At an office building, the guy next to me. He comes in while I'm already there. That's already too much. You know what I mean? Where you see the guy's feet. You're trying to take a shit in private. Then he's going to take a shit. Then the phone rings. I'm like, we're taking a shit. Can I just take a shit without you listening to your fucking conversation? But who answers the phone in a public place when you're taking a shit?
I agree.
FaceTime,
Like
no
inhumane.
less.
That's
I
fucking
have.
inhumane. You have?
I have.
Why?
It's an important call.
Who is it?
No, like
How
the
many
other-
important calls have you gotten in your life? The one to find out Eric Kornfeld's gay, and then what's the other one to find out that your show got canceled? How many fucking phone calls have you got that were important? That's unless you're the president of the United States. How many important phone
You
calls?
need
I
a
got
minute
a video
to
I've been
yourself.
wanting to do.
Like the
Val,
other
you'll
day-
appreciate this. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, where you're sitting in a stall, you see the other person's feet, but you do the video where the person, you know, usually the people's feet are facing out, but where the guy's feet are facing.
Well, you guys
You're
know.
facing the
That's why I
guy.
want to do that.
I've done the Power Dump Chronicles. There's a whole series of conversations in the toilets where you see the feet. The camera is at the
I
feet
never saw it.
perspective.
Those are funny.
It's called the Power Dump Chronicles. I haven't seen those.
Yeah, yeah. My manager took
That's
them
on the
off
Disney
YouTube
Channel,
right?
right? The Power Dump Chronicles.
Tom, you remember Power Dump Chronicles, right?
Yeah, he'd be-
And I just asked questions.
Imagine saying to your son, remember? Good times.
No. He'll show me
We're at Shea
excerpts
Stadium.
from what he recorded. He'll show it to me. He'll show me this is what I did. What do you think?
Yeah, but if a guy's taking a dump and you fuck with them,
you don't.
they get
you just
furious,
see,
right?
You just see feet,
Yeah.
and it's just conversation, and all you see, it's the same vantage point. I've been doing this since '05. I haven't done them in a while, but you ask questions. You talk about, what time is it? And nobody answers what time it is for 5 minutes. No, about 2 minutes because I can't look.
You're standing outside asking people what time it is?
No.
in there.
Just while they, excuse me.
He's in the
And I
toilet.
refer to people by their shoes. Excuse me, brown shoes. Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? And you just keep saying it. 2 minutes goes by, nobody, and another guy says, I said, how come you didn't answer? He's like, earbuds are in, Another guy's like,
Talk to you when they're in.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, then I gotta change the language. I go, why isn't anyone answering? And then one guy goes, 403. I go, thank you. 2 minutes, nobody answers the fucking
So
question.
there's a guy to your left and a guy to your right.
Yeah, but the camera's just shooting to the left. Oh. So you see the sink.
I wish I had a video of this, but it's embarrassing. You ever well, first of all, when you wipe your tush, you stand or you sit?
Tush? Did you say
You're
tush?
taking a shit.
Squat
Wipe
and
your butt.
stand. You get
Do
up off.
stand up and wipe, or do you sit and wipe?
You asking
And
me that
in a
question?
public
You lie in the
place.
toilet.
Yeah.
You
In a
lie in the
public place,
toilet.
no, you don't
All of you.
stand.
I stand, and I did this.
I stand too.
This happened to me last year. It's embarrassing, but I stood up, and I don't. A lot of people sit. I actually stand up, and I get on like all fours like that.
Oh my God.
This
is
and then I
disgusting.
wiped it, and then I went to toss it, and there's a guy next to me, like he's got boots on. I don't know what he is. Sounded like he was Asian or whatever. I go to throw I just wiped my ass. I go to throw it in the toilet. I miss, bounces off the rim, goes under the stall.
No, it didn't.
Best
Story ever.
I swear to God.
That is the best.
That
story.
didn't happen. That
Fucking
didn't
ran
happen.
out of there. I didn't even finish wiping my ass. I just fucking ran out of there.
Yeah, you
Wait, that didn't happen,
Your
did it?
ass.
It did happen. I swear to
And it hit his foot. It hit his foot.
loser.
right in front of him with a fucking piece of white dung on it.
That's how you.
Why is your dung white?
White.
Because I was on that weird diet.
Bird died.
You know what's
year ago.
disgusting now?
That's why when you're in there, you just do it. You get out. You don't take phone calls. You fucking do. You take care of your business and you get the fuck out.
Don't make
No
videos.
phone calls.
The
You
funny
don't
part
make
was
phone calls.
It hits the
No, phone
thing
calls are
and
the
it
worst.
goes under by the guy's feet, and he didn't say a word. It was like it was just silence.
Best part is, what is he gonna say?
I was gonna say something like, "Oh, that's why I didn't play basketball," and then just ran out.
Okay, so I
We
call.
were at Carrabba's one time. We were at. You remember they had the downstairs to Carrabba's.
bathroom. Yeah, those were
Me and
disgusting, those
me and Mattel had a friend, Ray the cop. Anyway, we would get drunk, and I probably would tell you a story. A guy was taking a shit. It was just a one seater. There was only one shit
stall.
stall. So the guy was in there. And we're like, oh, we went in there. The guy stunk. We're like, wow, this guy really is taking a big dump. But we're drunk. It's like 3 a.m. So there's no
Saying it out loud?
Yeah, there's no rules. We're like, whoa, this guy's really taking a dump. So when we were done, we kicked the door and like fucking Starsky and Hutch, So we told Mattel, he's like, that's a regular bar for me. You guys are really fucking on my
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I'm like, they'll take your business somewhere else. Don't worry about it. But could you imagine you're taking a dump and somebody kicks the fucking door in?
Terrible.
That's a good time.
That's a good. That would be.
I'll tell you, the other day I called Manny on FaceTime and he answered. He's got no shirt on. I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm taking a dump. I'm
Oh
like,
my
all right, you don't answer the FaceTime, Manny, when you're taking a dump, you fat
I want
ass.
to Facebook Live when I'm taking a dump just because people love that kind of stuff, don't they?
Yeah,
She
they-
flossed her
nice
teeth
flash.
on FaceTime Live. They
No, what did I do?
flossed your teeth.
Oh, I did my hair. I cut my own hair on
And I
Facebook.
remember
lot of
you
stuff on
did. You
Facebook.
flossed.
I do
one.
everything
disgusting.
on Facebook Live.
Yeah, they like
You
it.
have your fucking snatch waxed.
Because I will not. I will not do
She
that.
waxed her husband's back
I did.
on Facebook Live.
That was funny.
She didn't even know he was going to do it. You should have fucking.
No, he didn't know. Yeah, me and Gallo used to do. I used to
Oh,
go
God,
with him
that's what we used
everywhere
to
and
do.
do. But one time I took him to a gig in Brooklyn with mobster club owners, and they go. They were mad. They were like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, "He's really funny. He's so talented. You got to put him off for 10
He's
minutes."
one of us. You got to trust him.
He's always doing this to people.
I went to bat for him all the time, and all of a
Always.
sudden the guy goes, "Hey." I go, "What's the matter?" He goes, "This fucking guy, he's outside talking to a parking meter." I go, "That's his whole thing. He knows
just
you're
staying.
watching."
Well, that was also 1992, so,
Yeah, it was back in the day.
You had problems, right?
Before your
Yeah, it
children.
was just fun. All I did
No,
was
we
fuck
had
with
fun.
people. All I
We
did was
had a
fuck
lot
with
of
people.
fun.
Made them
Gallo used to do a dog bark. What was that sound where the dog would get stepped on?
Oh, that'd be too loud for this.
Anyway, that was do it. Do the dog.
That's
Do the
gonna be
dog getting stepped on.
Back. I'm afraid.
So he would do this.
Ready?
Go,
Forward?
ready? No,
Go ahead.
do
Forward
it.
then back.
I'll go forward. You go. Shit, that
Oh, that sounds like a dog getting stepped on. It's hilarious. And he would do it in a pet store, and then everybody would turn around.
Oh, there's videos of that. That's from '89. That's from.
so crazy.
It is funny though.
It was you know what? The way everybody is on YouTube these days, that shit. I was like,
You were
don't
pre
know-
your time.
they don't know their.
But how come that you don't get a job on like Impractical Jokers or whatever? Because they have their own. They don't need you, or they.
Yeah, no, they don't need me. They're four buddies who they got lucky. They got a deal.
They're not as funny as you, though. No way.
No, they're not. They coach
way.
each other.
you-
I know what I do is funny.
Yeah, but
I know how to
do you
do
think you're
comedy.
crazy? You think you're crazy?
No, not at all. I think I'm a little crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think one of my shortcomings are that I think I have an attention span that's focused, and then if I see something interesting, I'm going to go after it, and then it becomes material. So I just have to, over the years, I've harnessed that, and I've learned how to finesse the people I interact with so they don't kill me.
And then you do a lot of ride and bike video.
Yeah, BMX bike,
He's a
bicycle
BMX
freestyle.
Because I'm like, how old is he?
He is?
Yeah, he could do real.
He does tricks and stuff.
No, he's muscular. Look at him.
I know. Why do you think I had him in?
Ah.
But
Bob, what do you think, Bob? You're the gay one on the show.
he wants to.
He
left.
He wants to take a dump. All that dump talk.
Oh my God, that
about
was
dumps.
gross. Were you like as a kid like this way, like kind of crazy?
Totally. I've been.
His mother.
They worried,
His mother's
or-
the best.
No.
Well, here's the thing.
You're an only child.
Yeah, for the most part.
Look, his mother.
For the most part, my sister lived with me till I was 6. And
Your mother was Peg Bundy
split.
back in the day, right? She's cute. Your mother, first of all, his
My mom's
mother's
not
real
cute.
Italian, cute. Like she put him in sports, and all of a sudden they tackled him in football.
How do you know? He told you, or you were
No,
there?
We know each other for years.
forever. And all of a sudden she goes, "Get the fuck off my kid!"
Oh yeah, she came out into the football field with a cigarette and her like 5-inch
High heel
heels,
shoes.
big clogs, with her big black hair and glasses on, and she.
Married to the
and I was
mob.
Yeah, totally. All the kids were piled on me, and she's like, "Get the fuck off my son right now, you fucking assholes!" And she's pulling them off. They're like taking her off.
And that's
the
how she talks.
field. No, and she was.
Why were they? You were playing a football game?
I was in football.
She was hot too. She was a hot mama.
Yeah, they would always whistle at my mom, and I'd be like, "Stop fucking whistling at my mother." Yo, George, mom's fucking hot.
so your mother just recently said to you, "I get what you do now."
Oh yeah.
What, she didn't get it in the beginning?
She does. She saw the interview with the Mexican at the Alamo last week, and she watched it, and she.
You're finding a Mexican at the Alamo.
Oh, I can't.
She thought it was engaging, and she goes, "You know what? You should be in journalism." And I started doing what I do now.
Journalism.
I did when I was like 8, 10 years old. When kids would fight each other on the blocks, I would do like interviews with them with sticks, and I'd say, "Who's going to win the fight?" And I just started doing what I did when I was a kid. And
She was there when I got my ass kicked.
Oh, you're
back.
Videos where I fight and people are kicking the shit out of each other, and I go start doing a play-by-play.
Bobby used to get his ass kicked. He would get one black eye. The next day, he would get another black eye.
I
And he
get
wouldn't even
beat
do
up,
anything.
and
His
then my
dad would blame
goes,
him.
"Go back onto the bus to show the guy that you know that you're not afraid of him." Then I go back on the bus, and the next day, and the kid beats the shit out of me again.
I can't get a break with this. bus.
Gallo looks like a guy, like, I think you would beat the shit out of somebody if somebody bothered
Would.
you.
Oh, the vagina hat interview I did a couple of months ago downstairs. This guy is black dude in all red garb. He looked like he was from Kool and the Gang. I was interviewing a vagina hat, and he goes, "Yo, dude, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate." I'm like, "That's inappropriate?" He goes, "Yeah, dog, that's inappropriate." He's like, "I'm gonna go to Rikers to kick your ass." I'm like, "Okay, you're making a fool out of yourself." And then he followed me after the whole
I
protest.
don't even get it. How's he going to go to Rikers?
Do you know how?
Well, he videoed it and says, "I'm going Rikers to kick this guy's ass." Like, like for beating me up, he's gonna go to jail.
Oh, I thought he was going to beat
Sorry,
you
I
up
didn't
in Rikers.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I thought he thought you were
was
both going to
bringing
end up
you to
there.
Rikers.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't
Oh,
explain
okay.
that
Home
right.
video back. I'm going to Marshall's after I fuck this.
Such
First
a
of all, you
jerk.
know it's inappropriate, not unappropriate.
Right.
I know
Exactly.
that.
That's what he was
It's
saying.
on the
to him.
video. It's the
Because you're
Trump.
making a fool out of yourself.
Do you fight that guy?
No, here's what happened. So I left, and now he starts following me down 58th Street. And now he's like walking and stuff. I got my backpack on, and I'm not gonna run from anybody because then it like makes him like, yeah. So I put my bag down. I take my jacket off. I go, "Come on, fucko, let's go." And he starts walking in circles. He starts walking in figure eights like a pigeon, doing this shit. I go, "Come on, let's do it. Let's roll." And he's like, he just turns away. That's it. He left.
Right, you got to
Did you know you could beat him though? Like, are
gotta
you a
confront
boxer?
him. No,
Why
but
do you-
No,
you can't run.
My plan would be, first off, I bite him on the throat.
No, you wouldn't.
I make out with them and I get him on the ground.
Get him in the eyes.
Get him on the ground. You get him on the ground, and that's it. I fought two guys, two big, fat, bald fucks. I've gotten them on the ground.
You get him on the ground by biting them in the
No,
neck.
I know how to
Hey,
move around the
doesn't
ground.
that sound
We wrestle. I know what I'm doing on the ground. I do.
Wait, you wrestle with your son?
Yeah, no.
I beat his ass every time.
You do not. You're such a liar. He gets winded in 3
Do you,
seconds.
but you
don't bite him on
how do
the
you
neck, you
How do you
say.
get a
No,
guy
I
on the
don't-
ground
no,
though?
you
You
don't
go
just
for the
take out his
jugular,
legs
that's
or you
nuts.
bite him.
No, you just get him on the ground. You get him on the ground, and you know how
And
to.
then what happens?
He bites him.
And what happens if he gets
Your
back
kid.
up? Then he kicks your ass.
He's not gonna kick my ass. Nobody's
Depends
gonna
on
kick
how
my
hard you
ass. Look, I do everything out of love.
If you bite him in the dick, he ain't getting
You're in
up.
shape though, right?
I'm in pretty good shape. Yeah.
Were you in shape as a kid, or you thought maybe you're doing videos, you now need to be in shape?
I went through a hard time, and I had a bad breakup, and I didn't want to be taking any shit. So I work out with. That's how I cope with things in life, and I need to be strong so I can fight people who have to fuck with me. That's
You need to be mentally strong. So you need to be
mentally
physically strong.
Yeah, everything I do is just it's mental, body, stay focused, and you do all
Goes
these
to
great
yoga.
You go to yoga too?
things. I don't do yoga, but I'll try that one day.
Very lied.
Go with it.
I'll try that. I work out on the rings. I do a lot of free body weights.
Oh, I see. I watch all your videos. Sometimes you take your shirt off. Don't you take your shirt off
No.
when you do the things?
What
No,
videos
no,
are you
I wear
watching?
like a,
Kevin
like
Brennan?
this thing?
wear a shorter shirt. Or something.
Watching Bob Dibuono's.
He's watching
Whatever I
gay
can get.
porn. Wow.
Oh no, you got to do everything out of love, so it's non-threatening.
So when you went through your breakup, you say that's when you decided.
That's what I had to cope. Yeah.
How long were you
That's
with
with your
that one?
wife or a girlfriend? Your
Girlfriend. My
breakup?
wife was nothing. That was the girlfriend breakup.
How long were you with her,
It's nothing.
George?
Maybe you
4
shouldn't
years.
say that
I
in
mean,
front of
your
your
wife.
son.
Your wife's nothing. Your son's right
Son,
here.
sit right here.
No, the breakup was nothing. It was the breakup was
Wasn't
terrible.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it wasn't heartbreaking because it was a slow deterioration of hating each other's guts over 16 years.
His mom?
Correct.
Yeah, not a good one. It just didn't mix.
Who did you live with?
No, I loved her. I mean,
Depends on
this,
what month
Are
we're
you in
talking,
therapy
I go back
now?
and forth.
what's
Wait.
that?
No?
What?
So your divorce was okay, but the girlfriend.
Girlfriend kicked his ass.
Yeah. Well, that's they get married for the wrong reasons, and then you find somebody, and you think you click, and you love somebody, and then all of a sudden, wacky shit happens, and it's then you're like, heartbroken, and you get all this anxiety shit that I never had before. So I just would work out.
And how are you now?
Breakups are bad.
I don't know. Are you available, Patty?
She is.
Patty, why are you fucking with your dry
If
pussy?
you are gay or an ex-con,
Patty was bragging about how dry her
Very
pussy
dry.
was.
It's
before
good
the
for
show, 'cause
friction.
she's
It's a lot of friction when it's
post-menopause.
That's right.
God.
That's right.
gotta stop
good.
eating the bananas half. It's black.
I won't get that call in 9 months.
I tell
Patty
you.
Sandbox, we call it.
Wow.
Wow.
That's funny.
So hurtful.
So you're at Palm Beach Improv.
Yeah.
Are you headline there? Or you were there with the guy?
No, I'm not. I'm there with Darren. The shows have been great, and
You
I
guys sell it out.
sold out. Every show sold out.
Every show. And then
People
there are
don't-
arenas.
This is
They're
the
huge
thing.
arenas.
Yeah, people don't realize
like
this.
No, the Improv's not a huge arena.
No, but he's
It
in
was just
all
at
these
a Coliseum the other night. It was just
sold
This guy
out.
must be making a ton of money.
Big,
He
how
is.
big's the room?
well, it's 500 capacity at the Improv, and then
But how big the theater? Because I just did a movie theater and it was half sold.
the first 3 rows.
No,
The first
that's
3
what
rows
I
were-
said. I said that to him. I said our first.
I saw you live, man. You're such an idiot. That's why I'm watching you. I didn't even know I was going to be here. I just happen to check out your stuff every now and then, and you always make me laugh because I'm just.
I'm hilarious.
He's got that. You
is
do. He's got that
He is
delivery. I
hilarious,
can't
You
even.
can't beat it.
The deadpan.
But the rooms.
That's why I'm gonna be living in my car once I divorce my wife.
You're very lucky you have
Be
your
nice.
wife. Be nice to your wife because she's a lovely person.
I want to be with him. I want to break up with my wife and then get a girlfriend that breaks my heart.
Oh, no. I didn't break up with my wife. I would have stayed married, but shit happens.
She dumped you.
Oh, whatever.
Look, either you get George Gallo or you don't get him. That's how it goes.
Well,
Hey, your wife didn't get you after all those years.
you know what? I put her through a lot of shit.
When you're having sex with people, do you do sound effects?
No, I'm pretty serious. I'm serious
Romantic?
business.
Romantic?
I'm
You
very
Do any
romantic.
sound effects when you're like the squeaky thing, like.
You must have once in a
No. I'm well, my son's here. I don't want to get into it. You fucking.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know.
He's 20. He's probably done
knows.
too.
I do Voss when I'm going to come with my girlfriend.
Do you do Trump when you're about to come?
Yeah, I do. Well, then I do Voss. Oh, looks like I'm going to come. Okay, here it comes, bitch. Put your life preserver on. It's been 3 weeks.
I got more credits than your
Somebody's
pussy.
gonna drown, okay, light me.
Boss is always
five.
telling everybody what a legend he is. He goes, I'm a legend. I'm a legend. All right, so no, I would think you would do that just to break
very
up the,
seri- I'm
break
very
up the
serious.
tension, break the tension.
Ah,
I think having sex is tense. It's very tense for me because I come too quick. So I'm always like, holy shit, I can't relax. And then
I can't relax either. I have a lot of anxiety before.
oh, you should because you have terrible taste in men.
I have performance anxiety like a guy would have.
What you got to do?
Well, you move
Get your pussy wet and you're there.
Move around
Lay
and you
there.
You don't have to move
gotta
around.
come. You know if
You don't have to come.
have to. I
we
have
don't
to.
care.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
In
if
your
you,
county, it's a law. You
We
have
don't
to
care
come.
if you guys.
I mean, if you
You
don't,
don't have to come at all. Women, you
enjoyable.
you don't expect
much
a woman
pressure.
to come.
Sex is a lot of pressure.
No, it's
that's such a
ridiculous. That's what I'm
shame.
saying. No, it's.
Well, once
I hate
get
it.
going,
I hate it.
once they get going, it's fun. You got to get once.
I don't know. You know,
Hershey
it's-
Park. Once you get going.
No, my
Part is anxiety.
my ex-wife, she went through a lot of shit with me. You know, I got arrested for saying I was with the FBI. You know, the videos. There's all types of shit.
And she didn't think it was funny.
She didn't think a lot of stuff was funny. You know,
The husband's never funny, even if even if he's a comedian. After a while, he's never because
if
you're
he's
just sick of
George
him.
Carlin.
I got to give her props. So I mean, you know, it's a starter wife. So you know what? You make a lot of mistakes.
But you had 4 kids with that wife. At the second kid, she didn't say, "Hey, this is enough already." I don't get it.
Well, you know what? I always tried in my relationship, so I always worked hard at it. So, and I always reinvented my love for my wife. But you know what? She didn't dig it. I
What
did.
the fuck does that mean?
That means that like she didn't look the way you started out, but you still love her for the new person that she is. And she looks different now. She acts differently and all that shit. So you try and conform.
Wow, that's real mind control because I can't do any of that. I'm like, where the fuck? What happened to you? As I say to my wife, what happened to you?
Wait a minute. You're saying she didn't look the way she did when you met her.
No, because
So you had to talk yourself into being attracted to her?
It's a little bit of that. It's also a little bit
I
of.
was a
all
size
women, I think.
3 when my husband met me. Okay, now I'm size 20.
You're a size 20?
She's not.
Look, I'm not the girl I was.
No one is.
So
You
he
still
had.
look good, Karrie.
It's hot.
Look, I got in a fight with Denise because on her birthday I bought her Spanx.
You're so stupid.
Did you
Wrong with
really?
you?
Fight over that.
He's an ass.
Did you buy him for you or for her?
it is hard.
Oh, Karrie.
It is hard now because I think after a while, like 20 years, your wife is gonna you were in San Antonio. That's the first thing I thought of. The women down there are so fucking fat that I don't know how anyone's. And a lot of times the guys are thin because the guys don't get fat. The women have a couple of kids and they get fat, then they never lose the weight, and then they go to the fucking river walk.
It's
and they get-
hard to lose the weight, you motherfucker. My husband.
J-Lo did it. She
Shut
looks
up.
great.
She had a
three
fucking
kids.
stomach staples.
But you can do it if you
Bullshit.
want to. If you go
My
on
husband-
tour, I told my wife, go on tour, you'll lose some weight.
Listen, my husband.
How about Beyonce? She looks good.
Yeah, right.
They have someone who comes to their house and
Okay.
cooks them shit,
Right.
buys their shit.
Wait, can I tell you, my husband
It
lost.
sounds like a lot of excuses.
My husband
to
just
me.
lost 30 fucking pounds.
Excuses. They all make
because
excuses.
he stopped eating. He eats less, and he lost 30 pounds in 1 month. I mean, really?
Yeah.
I have had my jaw stapled, and I still haven't lost.
Sarah,
a
you gotta
fucking
exercise.
pound.
J-Lo
I'm not going to the
exercise.
gym.
Well, you don't have to go to the gym. Just do it at your house. Do
What am I
it.
going to do at my house?
Up and
I
down
do.
the stairs.
I do the laundry up and down the fucking stairs.
You got to get a
I
treadmill
got a
in your house. You
Fitbit.
started with a
I got a
treadmill.
Fitbit. I did 7,000 steps today.
Okay, Fitbit's a joke, right? You got to work out. You got to really work out.
Just got to eat at the right times and not at the wrong times.
What do you mean? I eat
starving.
late at night.
Exercise.
Late at
gotta
night.
exercise.
Hungry late at night.
So you got to exercise. It's very simple. You got to
hungry.
exercise. If you exercise, you're going to eat
I'm
less.
always
You're just
hungry.
gonna,
Yeah.
You can't just be like, because you're going to be miserable if you just don't eat.
I'm hungry all the
I
time.
know. So if you don't eat, you're going to be miserable. So you got to exercise to help. That way you can eat what you want. If you exercise, you can eat what you want.
You exercise every day?
I don't but every other day. I
You
ran,
have a gym in your
haven't in the
building.
past.
ran outside. I ran 5 miles yesterday. I ran to Hoboken and back, motherfucker. Like, what has to? I got to fucking Facebook Live that?
Yes.
Everybody's like, you don't exercise. Like, how do you think I stayed? I don't have AIDS. How do you think I stay this thin? Jesus Christ! I
sure,
got exercise. If
Kevin?
I didn't exercise, I would kill somebody. I get
release
pent up.
those
I got pent up
endorphins.
fucking shit in my head.
Have to release
I don't do characters. You go on the train and be like, "Hey, I'm funny." that's why I couldn't even talk to my wife's friends yesterday because they'd be like, "You're a comedian." I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm not funny. I'd be like, "This guy's not funny at all." I'm like, "I know." I'm not funny at a social thing. They're like, "Why is he yelling?" I'm like, "I don't know." But like, at least you can do a fucking character. Like, I'm Latka. You know, I can't do nothing. I can't even raise my fucking eyebrow. I have to go like this. Raise my
Could do
fucking eyebrow.
Latka.
I goes act surprised. I go, Like, seriously. Like if I'm in an acting scene, like act surprised, like rolls her eyes, like Can you roll your eyes? I'm like, I think so. Can't do anything. So I can't talk to people. I'm totally fucked. You know, I was like, fucking jazz them up. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so that's the
sit
thing.
with
You
the
got to
men.
exercise. You got to exercise. If you exercise, my wife exercises. I want to fuck my wife. When she comes back all sweaty, I know her. I want to fuck her because I know she's like.
Sweaty? You
Whatever,
like it?
yeah. Sweaty? Imagine. What's going to happen when you fuck? You're going to get sweaty, so why not just start when you're sweaty?
Yeah, but then it's a smell on top of the smell.
I know guys like a smell. We like a filthy, dirty, hoary smell, right?
Yeah,
I should ask your son. Don't we like a filthy, dirty smell? Women think we want flowers. We don't. We want a smelly, fucking dirty.
I went out a.
Signal.
What are they telling us?
Wrap it
Wrap it up?
I think I just got fired,
I
hopefully.
think the girl wants you to wrap it up after that.
I don't think
smelly
all men like a
Karrie.
smelly.
No.
Some
Maybe
guys
when
want
you're
a nice
his
smell, and they're called.
This is how.
kidding. I just
This is
said
how. This is how.
Dude, I got shut down for
Potpourri. Potpourri.
I didn't mean to say. I mean whatever they're called now. Karrie Caravas at Karrie Caravas 1 on Twitter. Patty Rossborough at Patty Rossborough. At Bob Dibuono.
What the?
Good luck
who's that?
spelling Bob Dibuono. At George Gallo. I mean, at
Buono.
Gallo Comedy. I'm at Kevin Brennan 666. You got any plugs, Bob?
Plugging.
Ran out of time. George, you got any plugs?
Plugging
West Palm Improv next week.
West Palm Improv already sold out. Good luck.
This week, okay. Is it?
Is it sold out?
Just about.
All right, Patty.
I can't remember this weekend, but next weekend, Arts on the Lake, if you live in Putnam County, at Arts on the Lake. Me, my daughter, and Tommy Gooch.
Great. I'll be at Gyrolicious all weekend cooking.
the specials.
It's gonna be at the brokerage too. June 8th, Comedians at the Compound with Anthony Cumia. Get your tickets selling out quickly. Please don't fuck this up, fans. You know who you are. Buy your tickets. $25. You're gonna get laid. Date night. God bless America. Make America gay again.